This game, though, when it starts up, it's a little strange. Oh yeah, this might be one of the first streams I've had my hair down, actually, too. I'll probably put it up eventually because it's going to get annoying, but you can actually see how long it is today. Pretty good. Alright. In-game time is 49 hours. We know that's wrong because we're about 45 in. That's alright. Bum 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 bum. Alright, nothing left on the board. I believe those are the only two side quests of the entire chapter anyway. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna eat another Starburst so I can get my snacking out of the way for a little bit here. I apologize if it's rude. Ow. Alright. First I need to check, did I update my title today? I don't think I did. There we go. Sorry for tabbing out and losing the sound there for a second. Alright. So, what do we need to do now? Okay, we've done all that. Oh yeah, we recently just met Lieutenant Schwartz at the cathedral. That was cool. So now we have a letter we need to give to Hilda, one of the maids at the castle, I believe. And now we are to go to the banquet at the castle. Oh, and Olivier got kicked out. He wasn't allowed to go with us. I'm sad. He would have made too big of a fool of himself and made a bad name for the Erebonian Empire. Poor fella. Where are those terrorists hiding? I don't know, dude. I don't know if there's gonna be a battle, but our health and EP are low, so I guess let's rest. Who knows? I mean, something's gotta happen at this banquet, right? It's not gonna be all sunshine and rainbows and happy feasting. At least I don't think. Okay. This thing. There we go. Alright. Let's go to the castle. Oh, are we going to the castle already? Just to remind you, since we're going to be staying there after the party, we won't be able to leave until morning. Back already? Alright, hold on. See, it makes me nervous when it tells me stuff like that. I'm sure I'm good to go, but I kind of want to go by the Libero News real quick. Just real quick, check them out, you know. What are you? Rianne? Where are you? I don't know who Rianne is. So he'd look for work and stick on the turn, but I knew he'd never keep that promise, so I broke it for him. And told him we'd go. I'm a good wife, damn it. Final match was pretty amazing, wasn't it? Yeah, tomorrow I'm rolling up my sleeves and making something out of my life. Doubt it. Alright, where's the news? Ooh, I want to go in here, actually. Dorothy! Hey! Estelle and Company! Congratulations, it was simply an amazing match. I had so many great shots, I can't wait to show you. Hell yeah. There haven't been any details yet about the Queen's illness, and she hasn't said anything herself, so maybe this is all just an out-of-control rumor. Could be. I can't believe Lawrence lost. So lame. They so need to go back to one-on-one fights for next year's martial arts competition. That way, there can be an actual Team Joshua for us to cheer on. Oh shit. Have we had the chef's curry? Doesn't matter, we're getting it anyway. Ah, we have had the chef's curry. Shit. It's hard to remember. There's too much going on. Sorry. I know I could have checked my recipe book too. Dorothy seems to know the team that won the martial arts competition this year. She was practically dancing on air when she came home. What about Niall? You're not Niall. Niall's gone, man. Alright. I believe we're good. We can go to the castle now. It's moving. Bum bum bum. So majestic, this music. Yes, then we're going to the castle. I think we're fine. Well, let's show the gatekeeper our invitations then. I don't know why I'm so nervous. Probably because we don't get invitations to big events like this very often. Yeah, we're from small Roland. Hey, this is the castle of Her Majesty the Queen. Unless you have official business here, you need to leave. Hi there. We're sorry about the other day. Oh, it's you two. You're still staying in town? Yeah, we still have some business to take care of. We have a formal invitation, so by your leave, may we pass? A formal invitation? Received directly from His Grace. Big boy. What? It's a giant. See, right here written invitation. Let's see. To Zin and his team, in appreciation for your performance in the competition, you are cordially invited to a dinner party. Oh, okay, you guys were in the martial arts competition. Right, and I heard the winning team was led by a huge Eastern guy. So, is that you? Heh, you got it. We'd greatly appreciate your help. Makes sense. The head maid told us you'd be coming. You're missing someone. You're missing someone. What happened to him? It's kind of impolite, I know, but it doesn't look like he's gonna be able to make it. We're the only ones coming. Ah, well that's a pity. No matter, please go on in. Aw. Open the gates. Wow, it's like the Haken Gate, but there's something more impressive about it being part of a castle. I bet it's more solid too since it's the royal castle. That's part of why it's impregnable. Ever since the nation was established, no enemy has ever broken through the Annenberg Wall. The capital has been ravaged by war numerous times as a result of mutinies and insurrections amongst the nobles. But even then, the castle held the rebel army at bay and protected the royal family and the refugees. That's why the colonel who's overthrowing us is going from that inside out. Or so the stories say. Wow, that's pretty neat. Very much sort of tale one would expect from a nation with such history. Now, welcome to Her Majesty's Grancel Castle. Go right on in, you'll be met by a welcoming party inside. Enjoy your evening. Okay, thank you, thank you. Whoa! You can say that again. I've never seen anything that compares to this place. It's not just pretty, it's got history. I can really feel the traditions and rules of the old kingdom here. Welcome to Grancel Castle. You are Zin and his team, correct? Ah, it's fucking Amalthea. Captain Amalthea. This isn't really unexpected, but even so. That's right, we come at the invitation of the good Duke. And, you are? Pardon me. I'm Captain Kanon Amalthea of the Intelligence Division, head of Grancel Castle's defense. I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations for your championship victory. Watching the match was truly a spectacular experience. You're too kind, really. And may I say, I didn't know they had made women as young and pretty as you in the captains. You must do fine work. My, but you are the flatterer. But I'm not so young as your bracer friends. Estelle and Joshua Bright. It's been some time since the incident in Zeiss, hasn't it? Yeah, I guess it has. Quite some time. Unfortunately, the matter concerning Professor Russell is yet to be resolved. It appears that he and his granddaughter were abducted by a group of nefarious individuals. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? I'm afraid not. We left the case up to the full-fledged bracer and came to Gransel. We never even heard the follow-up report on it. I see. That's truly a shame. Well, with the resources of the Intelligence Division, it's only a matter of time before the culprits are arrested. Have no fear on that score. What the hell's with her? Understood. We trust you to take care of the professor. Oh, absolutely. Now, we must show you to your rooms. Shea, or Shay, if you would please do the honors. Yes, ma'am. See to their needs, but do not bore them with any idle chatter. Do I make myself clear? Yes, ma'am, I understand. Very good. Now, everyone, I hope you enjoy your evening. For my part, I must bid you farewell. Okay. Now that is one fine woman. I hate to say this, Zen, but your taste in women is crap. There's nothing fine about that fox-faced harpy. I think that might just be his favorite type of woman. I just tend to find that women like that turn out to be pretty good people once you peel back a few layers. So to speak. Oh, peeling them back, eh? You're hopeless. Not that it matters, but you really do sound like a dirty old man sometimes. Oh, my honor! Oh, sorry about that. You were supposed to show us to our room, right? Yes, please allow me. Pardon my not saying before, but I am Shay, a maid here at the castle. I will be at your service this evening from the dinner party until the morning. If anything is not to your satisfaction, please don't hesitate to let me know. Thank you very much. Will you please show us the room then? Certainly, it's on the second floor. Damn, we walking slow. I'm speeding this up. Oh, wow! Get a load of that chandelier. Talk about classy. Hush, Estelle. What's that way? That's the throne room. Her Majesty uses it to receive personal guests. It hasn't seen much use in recent days, though. I see. But is the Queen's condition really that bad? Isn't the birthday celebration coming up soon? Oh, no. It's just that it's the head maid who tends to her in the royal keep of late. I shouldn't speak on subjects about which I'm unfamiliar. Come then, shall we? Place is huge. This is the room where you'll be staying. Please go on in. Okay. Pardon us. Ugh. Holy Stragus! I never imagined we'd ever stay in a place like this. Nice! This will make a good story for a good story later. I believe there's still some time before the party. You're free to explore the castle, but the security areas are off limits. I ask that you refrain from entering those areas. Can you be a little more specific? Most significantly, the royal keep where the queen resides is a small palace of sorts built on the garden terrace on the roof. Garden terrace? That sounds nice. Haha, the terrace is where Her Majesty greets the people of Gransel during the birthday festivities. So you cannot go into the royal keep itself, but you may visit the garden terrace if you like. As for the other restricted areas, there's the royal guard room and also the treasury, I believe. Royal Guard Room. I guess they're still wanted for questioning about all the terrorist stuff.
Yes. Intelligence Division is currently occupying it. Entrance is restricted, so please abide by the rules.
Understood. By the way, what are the others who were invited doing?
They've already arrived. I imagine they're relaxing in their respective rooms.
Alright.
So, Mayor Klaus is here too. Oh yes, he arrived some time ago. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be off. If you need anything else, please contact the first floor waiting room.
Okay.
Now then.
Someone also exchanged a look that went unnoticed by Zin. Hey, Zin? We want to go walk around the castle for a little bit. We'll be back in time for the party. Huh, must be nice to be so young. I'm worn out after the tournament. So no problem, have fun. Me, I'm gonna kick back and relax in this oh so luxurious room. Hell yeah, Zin.
We need to get as much done as we can before the party starts.
First, Julia told us that we have to talk to the headmaid Hilda.
I'd like to say hello to the other invitees too.
We likely know most of them. Okay. We're in. Let's go exploring. We got, the academy guy, headmaster. And Mayor Klaus. Oh, Joshua, Estelle, you made it. It's been quite a while. Dean Collins? You're invited to the banquet as well? You're invited to the banquet as well, sir?
I just arrived today via airship from Rouen. A little mayoral birdie told me you two won the tournament. Jill and everyone else will be so happy to hear.
Thank you. I had no idea we'd be seeing you here, Dean Collins. Dean Collins is a member of the Royal Assembly and a man of great respect in the barrel. It's only fitting he'd be given a seat at this banquet.
A man of great respect, he says. Oh, you flatter me, Mayor.
What's the Royal Assembly? It's a meeting held once per year to address the matters affecting the kingdom. The Queen, mayors of every city, and other representatives all come together to try solving various problems of the state. Wow, sounds big. So all those guys have been invited here tonight too?
No, I'd say only about half. Her Majesty is still ill, and General Morgan is away on official military business. And Mayor Dalmore of Rouen was arrested in that nasty affair. And Professor Russell...
He's a bit too entrenched in too many unknowns right now. We don't know how true all this talk is, the Royal Guardsmen being involved in some underground terrorist organization. It's hardly the time to be holding a feast at all, if you ask me.
Well, he can use this chance to see where Duke Dunan stands on all of these issues. We need his permission to have an audience with Her Majesty regardless.
Yes, thanks. That's the biggest issue here, without a doubt. Barring us from seeing Her Majesty in the height of idiocy and mismanagement. I would like to pay my respects to Prince Claudia as well, but it's the same story. Prince Claudia is the Queen's granddaughter, right? Does she live here in the castle?
No, it's my understanding her actual residence is elsewhere,
but I'm told she's come to the capital as of a few days ago. She's here then. I'd really love to meet her.
I'm sure you'll have a chance.
Okay. Looks like no loot or anything to grab. Alright. Next. Ooh. So that was ours. Let's go in this room then. We have Mayor Maybell and her maid. Can't remember the maid's name. But that's okay. Mayor Maybell and Leela. Leela. We got it.
Joshua, Estelle. Ah, here at last.
I kept wondering when you'd get here. I was practically counting the seconds. So you were invited here too, Mayor? Hey, wait, you were waiting for us? How did you know we were coming?
I heard from Mayor Klaus.
I heard about a pair of children who entered the tournament, won its championship, and were invited to the grand royal banquet in the castle.
If I'd known, I'd have canceled my appointments and come to cheer you on.
Begging your pardon, ma'am, but that would have been quite impossible given the circumstances.
Yes, I'm aware. I'm trying to be polite.
Don't worry, I know how busy you must be.
I'm sure the Queen has no time to waste at a banquet, but with everything else going on, what is Duke Dunan thinking? The captain was so stubborn about inviting me too. I had no real choice but to accept.
Do you mean Captain Amalthea?
Yes, that's her. Her words were polite enough, but she gave me an evil eye while she spoke them. I dared not refuse her request. I haven't heard from General Morgan in quite some time. Wait, does that mean...
You haven't heard any word from the Haken Gate?
The General is unavailable is the longest message I've been able to wring from them. It would seem he's busy with these anti-terrorist countermeasures, or what have you. I had hoped he'd be in attendance at this banquet tonight, but I guess he couldn't pull himself away.
What do you think about all of this, Mayor? Putting the mayors from every city in the same place at a time like this?
Well, if the Queen were to be in attendance, I would expect some announcement of no small importance. But as it is, it feels like the Duke has too much time on his greasy, chubby hands. She's letting this position of royal proxy go to his head. That sounds about right. But there might still be some kind of official announcement, don't you think? Well, whatever may come of the night, the Grand Chef here is the best in all the kingdom. I plan to enjoy the dinner, pay my respects to Her Majesty, and return to Bose post-haste.
Okay. She's got her night figured out. Give me 1 second, guys. Put my hair back real quick if I can. There we go. Oh, I missed a piece. Oh well. Okay. Let's go check out the other people. So we got 2 of the mayors so far. One of them is not here, so we're missing Mayor... The Mayor of Zeiss, right? I believe so. Which, will he be in this room? Oh, this room's empty. Strange. That's my room, with Zin in it. I guess let's go this way first. This is a cool looking room. It's like a library? Libra. Huh.
What are those people at the Intelligence Division up to, taking important documents without official permission?
Huh. That is interesting. Thanks for telling us that. Better tell these 2 random guests that we're missing some documents. All right. There's... Oh yeah, the factory chief, Murdoch. Yeah. But still, Joshua. Mr. Murdoch, I thought you might be here. With mayor-class individuals on the guest list, we had a feeling you might also be in attendance. Yeah, because he's basically the mayor. I must say, I never expected you 2 to win a tournament championship and end up hobnobbing in Gransel Castle. Cassie's kids to the bone, you are. Heh. Took more than our upbringing to get it here. A lot of people helped along the way. So it's been a few days. Have there been any developments? Well, right after you left for the captain, Captain Amalthea from the Intelligence Division came knocking. She forced me to come to this banquet, but I kept my mouth shut about Lyston Fortress. Professor Russell and the company are still on the run too. Army hasn't found them yet. It's good. But the longer we keep this up, the less chance they have. It's really only a matter of time. Asked Captain Amalthea if I could see Her Majesty and wish her well, but no luck. I was flat out refused. So in other words, we definitely aren't going to be able to do this the easy way. We sure aren't, but don't you worry, because we've totally got that covered. We will get the professor's message to Her Majesty one way or another. Okay. Who else do we have? An empty room! Wait, there wasn't anything... Ah. Okay. What about this room? Another empty one, eh? So something obviously is going to be going down. Something big. Because while Captain Amalthea is making sure all these people are being invited, not Duke Runon. Or Dunon, not Runon. Not the Duke. So stuff is gonna get a little sketchy, I think. This is a place to talk. Please come right in. For drinks, we have anything you can think of, be it alcoholic or non-alcoholic. Well, you didn't let me order anything, sir. And I tried to talk, you only said, oops, said so little. Huh. Okay. Let's us go up. Ooh, okay. Very cool looking. Oh wow, check that out. This must be the castle's garden terrace. I'd say so. You can see the whole lake from here, and it overlooks the town too. Must be great for reconnaissance. As nice as this is, we really don't have time to stop and enjoy. We got a job to do. Yes, we must get somewhere. Or is this where she gives her speech from? Okay, really not much here, though. Oh, this must be the Royal Keep. Yep, Intelligence Division bastards. Who are you? Hey, you two. We're here as guests of the Duke. Is this where Her Majesty lives? Of course it is. But for the last few days, she hasn't been feeling so well. She's not seen anyone right now. Oh, you've got it all wrong. We weren't even thinking of that. I just thought it would be amazing if she were even to take notice of us. Does Princess Claudia sleep here as well? No, it's just... Hey! The princess is focused on looking after Her Majesty. Neither of them has time to deal with the likes of you.
Might I inquire as to what's going on here?
Madam, we didn't know you were back already. Middle-aged woman. Oh, this is the maid, right? Because I'm not old enough to be the queen, I don't think.
The dinner party will be starting soon, so I will be returning to the maid quarters.
Yep, okay.
And who are our guests?
They're from the team that won the martial arts competition. It's only because of that victory that someone of a bracer social standing would ever be invited here.
A bracer social standing? Such discourtesy! You would insult those who are personally invited to the royal castle? No, that's not what... Those invited by the Duke should be treated with all respect due to those... with all the respect due to those invited by Her Majesty. I sincerely hope you have not forgotten that.
Understood.
Wow, she's intense.
I wonder who she is. But madam, we can't just allow them to pass. Surely you understand the reason that the colonel laid out.
Yes, and I'm quite tired of hearing them repeated to me. I'm terribly sorry, sir and madam. Security has been heightened, and as such, the Royal Keep and its surroundings are off limits. If I may ask, would you mind waiting in your room until the dinner party begins?
Alright. That's fine, we'll do as you ask. I apologize, we weren't trying to cause any trouble. Fine then, just don't let it happen again. Safe return to you.
I apologize that you were subjected to such dreadful behavior. My name is Hilda. I am the head maid of Grancel Castle, and I oversee all of the housekeeping duties.
Ah, we had a feeling.
Forgive my rudeness, but are we previously acquainted? Well, someone told us about you.
Handed Julia's letter to Hilda.
I know this handwriting.
You see? We also have our bracer emblems in identification with us.
I see. Please come with me to the mage's sitting room. We can discuss this matter further once we are there. I understand. You need to deliver Professor Russell's message to Her Majesty, correct? Right. If now's not a good time, we can try later, but no, it's not an issue. But those special ops men have had the Royal Keep under constant surveillance for some time now. Only the Duke, the Colonel, and the hired attendants such as myself are allowed in. Which means that a private audience is probably a no-go. What do you think, Estelle? We could ask Hilda to relay the Professor's message to Her Majesty. No, I'd really rather speak to her face to face. There's just too many particulars we don't know that we'd really need to discuss discreetly. Like what Duke Dunan and Colonel Richard are after. Estelle, Joshua, I have a bit of an idea. Could I get you to return here once the dinner party's over?
Why? Have you thought of a way for us to see Her Majesty?
I believe I have. It may be difficult, but I think it's worth a try. I'm going to need some time to get ready, so can you come back after the dinner party?
Awesome. Understood, we'll be back then.
I'll be waiting. Food prep is done, so I think we'll be serving shortly. For now, it's probably best if you wait in your room.
Yes, ma'am. Pre-cooking is done, so we will be starting to make this right. Please wait in your room. Yes, ma'am. We will wait in the room, ma'am. Where are we? That's the castle gate. Okay. My bad, guys. I'm just lost. I think we gotta go up the big steps and then... Wait, what's over here? Dayon. With so few people, we can't possibly finish all this work. All the other officials were sent away on vacation by the Duke and forcibly removed from the castle. Tucker. It's administrative room. This is where most of the actual ruling of Libero takes place. Her Majesty Illo, we're taking orders from the Duke. Nobody likes the Duke. Absolutely no one. What's over here? This is the Intelligence Division's office. Okay. Keep your distance unless you're keen on getting arrested. Well, fuck off, buddy. Fuck yeah, buddy. You know why all these guests are really here? Because the Duke got bored, that's why. It makes so much work for me, I swear. May I help you? I'm sorry to be rude, but I'm very busy right now preparing for the banquet. It's just between you and me, but... He has enough servants, but he keeps trying to convince Mistress Hilda to hire one more. It's no good end either, I'm sure. I just passed Duke Dunan in the hall a moment ago. Primrose, nice name. I hate how he just stares at people menacingly. It's so rude. Huh. Fair enough. I also hate that. And him. What is, Oh, it's the throne room. Yes, let us sit on our throne. Neat. Where the f was the maid place? I already lost the maid room. I'm trying to remember where it's at so I don't forget next time. Oh, it's this room, right? Okay, okay. Wait, what's this one then? Ah, the kitchen? The rat problem around here is starting to get out of control. I can't stand rats either, so this really sucks for me. The main course is complete. Once dinner is ready, we'll make sure everyone knows, and until then, your patience is greatly appreciated. Rats, Regis. I don't see any rats, bro. What are you talking about? The head chef is a real pro, specializing in imperial cuisine. Over 1,000 dishes of it, in fact. He's simply amazing. That's pretty amazing. Ah, sorry. Are we getting rats down here? We'll take care of them, if you want. We must pillage the stores of the castle. Yeah, that guy's crazy. There's no rats around here. What the hell? Come on, bro. What's this way? This is a restricted area. Suspicious individuals can and will be arrested on the spot, so watch yourselves. Fuck off, buddy. The entrance is firmly sealed. To what, I wonder? Alright. No rats, crazy man. Unless he means a different sort of rat. Which room is mine? It's this one. Hey guys, talking about being late. The party's about to start, you know.
Sorry, we got so caught up in sightseeing that we lost track of time. Plus, we also talked to all of the mayors.
Huh, well aren't you well connected? We're close friends with the mayor of Roland, plus we met the other mayors in the course of our travels. Ah, I see. I guess your work as bracers has caused you to meet quite a few big shots. You two sure get around for junior bracers.
You might say that. Have you done any bracer assignments since we came to Gransel? I guess it's not all that different in other countries, right?
Right, for a full-fledged bracer, nationality isn't an issue when it comes to your work. The prelim fights and legal procedures at the embassy kept me too busy to get any actual work done, though. But hey, there are 4 other bracers on duty too, which isn't so bad.
Normally that would be enough to handle most cases, I imagine. But with all of them concentrated in Gransel, that must make it tough to handle any cases in other regions.
Yeah, could be.
I feel like a goose just walked over my grave. I wonder what's going on with Shara back in Roland.
Now that name rings a bell. You wouldn't happen to be talking about Sherazard, would you?
Yo, he knows Shara? You know her? She's our mentor and she's been a close friend for ages.
Oh, okay, makes sense. I met her a long time ago when a case brought her to Calvard. She was fortunate to have a good master working with her from such a young age.
Her master? Yeah, probably Dad. Please, pardon me, the table for the dinner party has been set. May I show you the way?
Sure, I was getting bored with waiting anyhow. Alright, wanna go and eat fancy?
Sure, that fight left me starving. Let's go digging. Hell yeah. Come on, you two. It'd be nice if you two didn't completely forget your table manners for once. Alright, we have 2 seats remaining. Must be... I wonder if they left a spot for Olivier? No, surely they wouldn't. So the Duke and someone else. This is a dinner party, right? What's with all the empty plates then? Plenty of knives and forks though. That's because it's a formal dinner. Everything comes out in a specific order, starting with hors d'oeuvres. Then you use the knives and forks from the outside in. And that's all part of having good table manners? And here comes the anxiety attack. It's really not so bad. It does mean that you get to some of the finest food available. Manners and etiquette are secondary.
Indeed, indeed. I'm told that you're acquainted with everyone who'll be attending. No need to get stressed out.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Please don't encourage her. On that note, is the gentleman accompanying you going to be okay with a knife and fork? I'm told that folks from the East usually eat with chopsticks. Interesting.
You've done your research. However, I'm a firm believer in when in libero, do as the liberalians do policy. I'm not especially skilled with them, but I will use a knife and fork.
My, how elegantly handled. I'm impressed you're as much a gentleman as you are a martial arts champion.
Haha, you flatter me.
Boy, he really is a complete sucker for a pretty face. I think he's more being polite than a lek, though.
Anyway, his grace is really late. I wonder what he's up to.
Indeed. So if the seat at the head of the table is for the Duke, then who might the other one be for?
That's what I was wondering.
Indeed. Perhaps it was intended for Princess Claudia.
Your attention, ladies and gentlemen. My humblest apologies for the long delay. Presenting His Grace the Duke.
Wait, there's only one seat though, so why is the Colonel and freaking Amalthea here?
Oh, then I must apologize for making you wait so. I'm afraid that I was in a meeting from which I simply could not break away. This gentleman is Colonel Richard, commanding officer of the Royal Intelligence Division. I've invited him here to thank him for his tireless efforts in helping to deal with the terrorist situation.
It's a pleasure to meet you all.
I was quite gratified to be invited to this occasion by our Honorable Duke. I ask that you pardon my uncouth soldier's uniform and allow me to sit with you. Okay.
You've got to be kidding. We're having dinner with him?
I suspected this might happen, but still unnerving. Fuck. Eating dinner with the bad guy. Shit. Excellent, excellent. What say you, Mayor Maybell? What do you think of Grancel Castle's master chef? Is this cooking not on par with that found in Bose's Anteros restaurant?
Yes, it's quite remarkable. The wine selection also perfectly complements the meal. I almost want to try hiring him away.
You are not the first to say such things. And what of you, Zin? Wasn't it? Is the food to your liking? Oh, it's excellent. I don't have the words to describe the sense of refinement and depth. I certainly believe I could develop a real taste for Liberalian cuisine, though.
Good, good. I'm glad to hear it.
And you, young bracers? I imagine you never experienced such fine food in your life before.
It's extremely delicious. Far more worthy of being associated with the royal family than the person who invited us.
Indeed, it is a genuine treat. Oh, didn't even notice. Wait, huh? There we go.
It's certainly delicious food, and we wouldn't miss a chance to attend so prestigious an event as this.
Thank you very much for your gracious invitation. Haha, very kind of you to say so. I do finally remember what my butler has been telling me about.
We met before during the Ruan incident. Perhaps our fates are linked in some bizarre fashion. Yes, sir. Maybe so. So he'd forgotten all about us until Butler reminded him.
Come, let us put social classes and ranks aside for the evening. Food is abundant and the wine flows freely, so enjoy to your heart's content. Your Grace, if we could, I'd like to do as we discussed first. Ah, yes, that's a fine idea. Actually, I have something important to say to you fine folk who represent the kingdom. I use this celebration as the place to make an important announcement. What's that gonna be? An announcement? What might that be?
I believe I will allow Colonel Richard to explain in detail.
Thank you. As you are no doubt already aware, Her Majesty has been in poor health of late. However, she has been recovering and may grace us with a public appearance soon.
Ah, that's excellent news. We could certainly go and check in. Could we possibly go and check in on her?
Unfortunately, she does not consider that to be a wise decision at the moment. Within a few days, it seems likely that the terrorists plaguing the kingdom will be swept away. Alright. In light of that, the Queen's birthday celebrations will be held as originally planned.
Well, the citizens will surely be happy to hear this news, as they have been looking forward to it. But surely this is not all you wish to tell us.
Right, if that were all, you could have just sent along a message.
Indeed, you are correct. Her Majesty is continuing to recover as previously stated. However, given the gravity of her condition, she has also issued a proclamation. Due to her tenuous health, she has stated that she wishes to abdicate the throne and turn over royal authority to her nephew, Duke Dunan.
Fuck. Yo, Colonel Richard has to be manipulating this, like, there's no way.
What? Is this true? Joshua, this is... Yeah, the conspiracy finally makes its appearance. I was surprised when Her Majesty first broached the subject as well, but her illness has left her quite frail.
But it is only natural. She has ruled the kingdom for 40 years, leading it through times of strife and war, all without a husband, might I add. Given that, I wish to relieve her of the stress of her duties following the festival's successful conclusion. As the heir to the throne, the decisions are mine to make. How terrible. Is Her Majesty's condition truly that severe?
I'm ashamed that I've never noticed any signs in any of my annual visits.
Isn't this far too serious a matter to discuss at what is supposedly a casual dinner? Pardon my rudeness, but this seems to stretch credulity. Mayor Maybell, are you saying that you cannot take His Grace at his word? No, nothing of the sort. I simply mean that as an elected official, I don't understand why the successor to the throne can't be elected in the same fashion.
That's true. If possibility, I'd like to hear this directly from Her Majesty.
Your unease is quite understandable, but we do not ask that you try to maintain your composure and allow us to continue. But we do ask that you try to maintain your composure and allow us to continue. As mentioned earlier, I believe Her Majesty will give a formal announcement herself during the festival. Could you be persuaded to shelve your doubts until then? Well, the issue is basically this. Once this becomes common knowledge, we cannot know how the citizens will react. This is why we're telling the leaders first, to help stave off any chaos or public disorder before it happens.
And, so leaders and then 3 bracers, randomly.
This was also the decision of His Grace.
Well, yes, this is true.
Also, the Queen's abdication of the throne will have international repercussions. The other nations on the continent will have their eyes on us, and we must be watchful for any action on the part of the Erebonians. Surely you can see why it is necessary to show unified support for the new king. This is the world in which we are going to be living.
He makes it sound also rational.
And he's quite the master manipulator.
In other words, the official decree will be given during the birthday celebrations.
But you thought it would be best to inform us the first so we can be prepared for any issues that may arise, correct?
Well, I'm glad to see that we have an understanding.
If this all comes to pass, we're going to find ourselves quite busy.
Yes, and we'll have to announce it to the citizens.
I have a question.
I believe that the Duke has a fair claim to the throne. However, is there not another who also has the same right of succession?
Well... One second, guys. Okay. Had to blow my nose, sorry about that.
No doubt you're referring to Her Majesty's granddaughter, Princess Claudia. It is true that she and His Grace have an equal claim to the throne, but it would appear Her Majesty did not choose her due to her tender age. I must say, I agree with her wisdom in this matter. I should hardly like to impose such responsibility upon a girl so young.
Yes, absolutely.
For the time being, I believe it would be best for Claudia to find a fine marriage prospect. Though it is strictly informal, there is already interest from the royal families of a number of other nations. Perhaps a royal wedding could take place as soon as this year.
Oh my.
I understand. If that happens, then we'll have 2 major events to celebrate.
I honestly think she's a bit young for a marriage. Excuse me, may I ask a question?
Zen?
I don't mind, speak freely.
Sorry to seem rude, but this doesn't sound like the kind of conversation you'd want outsiders hearing. Particularly a foreigner. So how come you're making this announcement now?
This is solely because of the serendipitous turn of events that allowed Bracers to win the championship. We had wanted to inform the guild of this in advance as well. I've already discussed the idea with Her Majesty.
Gotcha. I guess Liberal's military and Bracers are on just as good as terms as the stories say.
That is because we lack the military strength of the Empire or the Republic. The harsh reality is that keeping close relations with each other is a must. In any event, do you now understand our intentions?
Yeah, alright. We'll pass on what we've learned here to the guild then. Interesting. Man, I've heard some pretty unbelievable conversations in my time, but that was something else. I mean, I'm a foreigner after all, so it's not a big deal for me. But that was huge news for you guys, though.
Of course it was. I can't believe things have gotten this far already.
Huh?
Never mind. But really, what a shame. That food was so amazing and it practically melted in my mouth. Couldn't tell what that last flavor was, though.
Understandable enough. But anyway, did you want to go for a walk to work off some of that rich food, Estelle?
Huh? Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I could go for a little bit of fresh air.
You just played tourist a little while ago and now you want to take an after-dinner walk? I sure don't get it. Must be a local thing.
I think you're exaggerating a little bit.
You haven't gone out to take in the sights. There's a lot of historic architecture around here, you know. If the mood hits me, I may still give it a shot. On the other hand, the kitchen may still have some food left over.
You've got to be kidding me. You're still hungry?
If you had a blade to my throat, my dying wish would be for some liquor and a snack. I might go and hunt up a bar or something in a little bit. Oh, okay.
My boy just wants to get drunk. Hell yeah.
Things have gotten serious. We really have to find a way to get in to see Your Majesty.
First things first, we'll go talk to Headmaid Milda. Milda? Headmaid Hilda, like we promised. She probably knows a way for us to speak directly to the Queen.
Fine by me.
Okay.
Oh, it's you.
What? Oh, shit. Colonel Richard. Are they gonna try to stop us?
Aha, Estelle and Joshua. This is our first opportunity to truly speak face to face, I believe.
Huh? The last time we saw one another was right after Mayor Dalmor was arrested, wasn't it? I'm honestly surprised that you remember us.
I realized that we exchanged a few words, but you made quite an impression on me. My curiosity was piqued, so I did a bit of checking up on you. I was quite surprised to learn that you were the children of Colonel Cassius.
How'd you find that out?
Please understand, I'm not trying to show off the Intelligence Division's capabilities. I'm greatly indebted to him from our time together in the army. Indeed, more than words can properly express. Might I persuade you to stay a while and talk? I've been hoping to speak with you two for quite some time now.
Huh?
Pardon me, Colonel, but don't you have a meeting with His Grace?
I don't mind being a bit late. Yes, if we're going to talk, why don't we use the lounge inside? I'll mix you up a couple of virgin cocktails.
I'll prepare them, sir.
No, that won't be necessary. I want you to go to His Grace and inform him that I'll be delayed. Yes, sir.
Well, pardon me then.
Now then, shall we retire to the lounge? Please follow me. Alright, sir.
Joshua, what should we do?
I don't see where we have much choice but to follow him.
It'll be a little late, but we can talk to the headmaid later. Huh. Interesting. I met Cassius shortly after I graduated from the military academy. I was assigned to a mobile unit that was under his command. And since that time, I have found myself in his debt again and again, both personally and professionally.
He did?
And, what did you think of him at the time? To put it simply, he was a hero, and a master swordsman to boot. No matter the scenario, he could find a way to handle any number of battlefronts in every direction. It wasn't just a matter of sheer tactics, he understood and could direct high-level strategy as well. Quite simply, he was a man without peer. If I didn't know better, I'd say you were talking about two different people. So you were with our father during the 100 Days of War. Yes, he was my commanding officer. Even now, I can still vividly remember the excitement that filled me as we executed his plan that turned the war's tide. So Cassius was integral in turning the tide against the Empire. Interesting. Anytime I got to talking about those days, time just runs away with. Anytime I get to talking about those days, time just runs away with me. But this much I can tell you: if Cassius Bright had not been part of the Royal Army, Liberl would now be part of the Erebonian Empire.
No way. That's kind of hard to believe.
Well, as a hero, he had a knack for doing unbelievable things. He left the army immediately after the war, declining even a medal from the Queen. So few know of his achievements. But inside the army, many soldiers still hold him up as the prime example of what a hero should be.
He never said one word about any of this to me.
Well, it's not really the kind of thing you tell your daughter about. It's not fair to criticize him for that.
Hey, whose side are you on? And besides, why doesn't any of
this shock you like it shocks me? Did you already know about all this or something? Well, I didn't know that he was Colonel Richard's superior officer. The rest I knew about vaguely. Vaguely? You're an accomplice? Hey, calm down. It's not like he told me any of it. I just figured a lot of it out. He told me he didn't feel it was something worth going out of his way to tell others about. I just don't get it. When he comes back, he is so in trouble. Please excuse us, we didn't mean to interrupt. No, seeing you like this is actually a bit of a relief. When I found out that your father was intending to leave the military, I desperately tried to stop him. It seems that by leaving, he did what was best for himself after all. Excuse me? After losing his dear wife, maybe being with you was all that could help him recover. Colonel Richard. Now then, I thank you for taking the time to come here. I really can't keep the Duke waiting, so I'm afraid you'll have to excuse me. Oh, alright. Our apologies for making you so late. Not at all. You both have told me the one thing I wanted most to know, and thus I have no regrets. What did we tell him that he wanted to hear? This dude, I mean, obviously he's suspicious because he is the bad guy, or so we think. But we just helped him make his decision, I think. So now it looks like he's gonna pull the trigger, whatever that trigger is. Huh? How's that again? I'm sure we'll have a chance to speak again soon. Cassius might even be with us then, to share in the stories. Okay, who is that man, and what has he done with Colonel Richard? What are you babbling about now? It's just that it's weird to hear him talking about Dad that way. I wasn't expecting him to be so, well, nice. True, he doesn't seem all that villainous anyway. Even so, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that he's got something up his sleeve. For now, we should probably put the issue of Dad aside. Yeah, I guess you're right. I hate to say it, but I think he might have been playing nice just because he could get something out of it. He's an intelligence officer, so he probably thinks that fooling a couple kids is easy as could be. Do you think that's going a little too far? You might be right. Let me be the one who's mistrustful of others. You should just follow your instincts and believe whatever you think is right. Huh? But just make sure you're prepared for anything. Don't let your guard down. I'd say a bracer's job is pretty much that, in fact. Okay, got it. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you, Estelle. Thank you? What the heck are you thanking me for? Anyway, we need to go back and see Hilda. She's probably sick of waiting for us. Yeah, she should be in the maid quarters. What is going on right now? We need to go down some steps. Where are the steps? Where? There we go. I know where the maid quarters are. Right here.
Ah, there you are. I've been waiting for you. You're awfully late, aren't you?
Sorry about that. We kinda got caught by Colonel Richard.
Did you now?
He had some things to tell us about our dad. I don't think he has any idea what we're up to, though.
I see. Ah, yes, that letter of introduction did mention that you were Mr. Cassius's children. I can understand at least some of how Richard feels.
Oh, do you know our dad, too?
He used to come here when he was worked as General Morgan's
aide-de-camp.
I'm told that he was a school friend of the late Princess... Her Majesty's son.
The late Princess, Her Majesty's son. Huh, so he went to school with the prince who died. Late prince? Princess Claudia's father.
Yes, he was killed 15 years ago in a tragic shipwreck. Would that he were still alive today, none of this would be happening.
Huh?
But lamenting what might have been is a fool's errand. Evening is fast approaching, we must make our preparations at once. Come on in, Shay.
Oh hey, aren't you... Shay, right?
Yes, thank you for remembering. You look well, Estelle, Joshua. I've been told of your current predicament. You won't find a more dependable child. She's a great help to us whenever the princess is in the castle.
Princess Claudia? One second. Okay. That shouldn't pose a problem.
But thank you. If you're ready, you should go change into your uniforms. The ribbons and the headpiece are tricky, so I'll adjust them for you.
What? What do you mean?
Estelle's going to need to dress as one of the maids in order to get into the royal keep. A little playing with the hair and you'll blend right in.
Oh, I get it. Uniforms don't allow for much in the way of personalization. That should be ideal for sneaking in.
Huh, me in a maid's outfit. I've been wanting to try out one on since we first met Leela. Cute, breezy, and easy to move in. Well, if our uniforms weren't easy to move in, they'd make cleaning much more difficult.
I thought so. Well, let's get this sucker on me. Why so excited? I'm glad you're in high spirits, but you need to remember your manners in front of the queen. You won't have to have me to lean on this time.
Why not? You're changing too, aren't you?
Pardon?
I mean, he did play the princess during the play at the campus festival. Is there really much of a difference between the fancy dress and a maid outfit?
That's different. It was a play. I can't appear before Her Majesty in women's clothes.
Oh, you'll be fine. It's not at all shameful or anything. Besides, you made such a gorgeous princess.
Not this again. Cut the jokes, will you? Hilda, Shay, help me out here. Say something. Huh. Anyone?
I see. That shouldn't pose a problem. Shay, don't you have that extra hairpiece that's designed for the princess? Yes, it's never been used, though. He has that full dark hair, so it'd probably look good on him.
Hey, hold on a second.
Well, it looks like a 3-to-1 vote. Majority rules. This way, please. We can use this as a changing.
Well, wait a minute. I don't remember ever agreeing to changing. He's getting dragged. Oh, that's great. Alright. If I have to change, I can do it myself. Shay, you're not planning on using makeup too, are you?
Kids these days.
Let's see him. Hell yeah, still looking good.
Oh my.
Ta-da! What do you think?
I think it suits her very well. You're such a bright, active maid in training, and after only just coming to the castle too, you certainly have me convinced. And with the hair down like that, no one will be any the wiser. Perhaps you would like to work at Grinsel Castle for real when all this is settled.
Well, we already work as bracers, so anyway. Come on, Joshua, get out here. No chance I can talk you out of this.
None at all. You're just making this take longer.
Fine, you're impossible sometimes. Hell yeah, Joshua.
Sparkle.
There he is again, looking beautiful.
Well, it's almost frightening how good that looks.
Isn't it awesome?
It looks better on him than it does on me, and I'm an actual girl. A bit of makeup can make all the difference in the world.
Please, just say you're done.
Well, I suppose so. I'll show you the way to the royal keep. You need to make certain you watch me and learn how a maid handles herself.
Yes, ma'am.
Gulp. We're finally gonna meet the queen in person.
Yes, this is the do-or-die moment. We just have to stay focused and get to the royal keep.
It's hard to take you seriously in that outfit.
Well, excuse me. This was your idea. I can't believe you got the nerve to pick on... Sorry, don't get all mad. I'll treat you to some ice cream later, okay? I'm not like you, I'm not obsessed with food. Hey, I'm obsessed with food. They get along so well, don't they?
We're out of time, let's get to the Royal Keep.
Alright. Oh, I'm controlling the head maid, that's funny. Alrighty. To the Royal Keep. What's this room? Oh, that's the banquet hall. Royal Keep was... That's the throne room. Royal Keep? No. It's all the way this way to the... Wait, where the fuck was it? I don't remember. This way? Nope. Fuck. Already went in there. That's the intelligence division. Aha! We found the steps. Hilda, what business do you have with Her Majesty at this hour?
I'm bringing some tea and spoons at her request. The current situation means that Her Majesty is denied the right to even go about her daily life as she wishes, after all.
Oh, such harsh words. Who are those maids with you? I don't recognize them.
His Grace has ordered me to hire on some additional staff to help. They're only just arrived at the castle today.
Really now? Hey, you're pretty cute.
Thank you.
Bows. Huh? Why do I get a feeling we met before? Crap.
Do you stare so hard at every young lady you see? I do hope you're not thinking any untoward thoughts. I'd rather think that His Grace and the Colonel would disapprove.
Hey, it's not like that. The lead of the Royal Army, we wouldn't do that.
All is well then. Now, will you please allow us to pass?
Pardon us, ladies? Please, go ahead. We're in. We are in. Let's go.
Phew, that was intense.
Like camping. Thanks, Hilda. You're a real lifesaver. Yeah, that was really well done.
I'm just glad I could help. Now then, are you planning to change your clothes before going to see Her Majesty? If you'd prefer, I can just show you the way now.
Think I'm okay as is. Boy clothes now. Oh, Joshua.
Oh, for the love of...
Why are you always so self-conscious? What's wrong with that you had on? It's not an issue of self-consciousness. By the way, Hilda, is this room what I think it is?
Yes, it is Princess Claudia's bedroom. But she rarely sleeps in the castle, so the room is all but unused.
Huh, no kidding. But I heard that the princess was tending to the queen. I guess that's just gossip then. You'd have to ask Her Majesty for the full details.
Her room is on the 2nd floor of the Royal Keep. I'll take you there.
Okay. Finally, we're gonna meet the queen. I'm ready to see the queen. I wonder... She's gotta be pretty old, right? She's been ruling for like 40 years.
I beg your pardon, Your Majesty. I brought the two I spoke of before. This is Joshua and Estelle. Thank you kindly. By all means, enter. As you wish. I'll wait for you here. You two go on in.
Wait. Pardon us. Oh. Queen Alicia, or Alicia.
I bid you welcome. My name is Alicia von Oslis. I am the 26th monarch of the nation of Liberl.
Cool.
I'm Estelle Bright. I'm a junior bracer of the Bracer Guild.
And I'm Joshua Bright of the same affiliation. It is a great honor to meet you, Your Majesty.
Estelle, Joshua. I have truly been looking forward to meeting you both. I regret that I cannot offer you proper hospitality, but I have prepared some tea. Please have some and relax.
Huh. She seems cool.
I see, so Professor Russell asked you to bring this information. A pitch-black orbment capable of negating all other orbital energies. And you say that the Colonel has acquired it.
The professor told us that you might have some idea of what he intends to do with it, Your Majesty. Can you tell us anything?
I have but a vague idea, but I did not think that the Colonel even knew of it. Perhaps I'm worrying about nothing, but even so. Excuse me, but what is this vague idea you have? I suppose there's no harm in telling you. Roughly 10 years ago, a massive orbital reaction was detected beneath Gransel. Professor Russell was the individual who came to investigate.
Huh. Did this happen in the vicinity of the sewers?
No, far deeper underground than that, in fact. Professor Russell was under the impression that it might be a relic of the ancients that still functioned.
Wow. So it was a bona fide artifact then. Most artifacts I know have lost their function, like the mechanisms on top of the towers. But every now and again you'll find one that still functions, like Mayor Dalmore's family heirloom. Yeah, that thing stopped time.
And something like that is beneath Gransel? So what does that tell us about the Gospel?
Maybe it could use to halt the artifact's functions? Could it do that?
Yes. However, we were unable to establish the nature of the artifact or indeed why it was buried beneath the city. But it's beyond my imagining how the Colonel could know of its existence.
Professor Russell's research on it was kept strictly confidential and off the record, but we saw some confidential information. Oh wait, but it was off the record. Fuck. I see. In any event, it seems likely that the trouble is on the way.
Honestly, just as I start to think maybe the Colonel might be a slightly nicer guy than we were giving him credit for. But when someone's trying to stir up some trouble, that's when us bracers come in. We won't let him get away with whatever evil scheme he's trying to pull off. I'd expect no less from Cassius's daughter.
Huh? You're acquainted with our father, Your Majesty?
He was a friend of my late son's and a great savior to the nation. Even after he retired from the army, he would sometimes undertake requests for me.
Really? I didn't know that.
I imagine that there are a great many things about him that you do not know, including the precise role he played in the war 10 years ago.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I'm really curious to know what he did.
I assume you have not been told.
Well, nothing super detailed.
Perhaps that, then, is the role that I am meant to play. Estelle and Joshua, will you indulge me by listening to an old story?
Oh yes, absolutely. There's no indulgence, Your Majesty. Oh, here we go. I'm pumped for this story. This is lore, deep lore. Here we go.
10 years ago in the spring, a tragedy occurred in the southern reaches of the Erebonian Empire. Its cause is yet unknown, so that is something I must omit. The Empire used that event as a pretext for their invasion of Liberl. So began the sad times that would become known as the 100 Days' War.
Oh, I like the art.
Just as the Empire made its declaration of war, a massive military force breached the Hagen Gate. In what seemed like scant moments, all of Liberl became occupied territory save for Gransel. It is said that the invasion force was 3 times the size of the entire royal army.
Yeah, actually I was able to read all of this in one of the books that you can pick up.
The reinforcements from Calvard were too late to stop their advance. It was but a matter of time before Gransel too would fall.
Yeah, so how did they stop them?
But 2 months after the outbreak of hostilities, the war changed in a way that none could have imagined. Patrol airships had just been developed and were used to recapture Liberl's checkpoints, severing the Imperial Army's communications.
So this is the first time the airships existed? Or at least army ones, I guess?
The royal army then set about recapturing the major regions one by one using ships launched from Leisten Fortress. Zeiss, Rouen, Boz, Roland. With their supply lines severed, the Erebonian forces occupying each region were swiftly crushed.
Oh, so we have Cassius in the middle, we have Colonel Richard on the side, and General Morgan on the far left. Cool.
And the one behind this plan for a counteroffensive was none other than one Colonel Cassius Bright. It was your father, who was General Morgan's right-hand man at the time, as well as Colonel Richard's superior officer. Afterward, with the intercession of the Bracer Guild and the Septian Church, the war was brought to an end. But it was at this time that Cassius lost what he treasured most in all the world.
Aww. His wife?
Lena, your mother, Estelle. The clock tower was destroyed in the Imperial Army's vain attempts to hold back the counteroffensive. What followed, I am sure you know. Cassius was not even able to be by his wife's side in her final moments.
That's sad.
No, I had no idea. And he believed that the military operation that he himself had planned effectively caused her death.
Oh. Man, that's rough. You can't blame yourself for that, but I get it. I get his logic.
Blaming himself, he left the military and took up the path of the Bracer. All to stay with the only one he had left, you. And this time he swore he would be able to protect those he loved. Dad, that idiot. It wasn't his fault that Mom died. How could he even think that?
Estelle.
Yes, you are correct. Given that all he lost was in service to his country, the responsibility falls upon me. And so, I am sorry, Estelle. I failed to protect your mother. I have wished to apologize to you for a long time.
No. Getting me teary.
But you don't need to apologize. You've protected the peace of this country ever since the war ended. The peace that Dad and all the other soldiers who defended Liberl in the war fought so hard to protect. And the peace that Mom gave her life for, so I could live in it. You have nothing to be sorry for. Estelle, you have a kind heart and I am grateful. It gladdens my heart to have finally met you in person. Now, more than ever, Your Majesty. However, that is why I do not wish you to put yourself in danger. I would like for you to remove yourself from any dealings with this matter. What?
Uh-oh.
But Julia, Lieutenant Schwartz asked us to help you. I thank you. I am grateful for your willingness to do so. But if some tragedy were to befall you in Cassius's absence, I know of no apology that could ever suffice.
Damn. She doesn't want Cassius to lose the one other thing he's got left.
I ask only that you go back to your home in Roland and wait for your father to return. But...
If I may, Your Majesty, the peace that Dad restored and that you protect, though it has held firm, now trembles like a leaf in the breeze.
Joshua,
if the Colonel is able to use the gospel for whatever purpose he intends, and if he succeeds in making the Duke the new King of Liberl, then what will become of that peace? I ask only that you consider that.
Your Majesty?
Right when we became junior bracers, we inherited a whole lot of work from Dad. After the Sky Bandit incident, we got that letter and package, and we've been running all around creation ever since. It feels to us like our dad's been nudging us in the back this whole time. That's why I want to defend peace. So that everyone we've met and everyone we care about can go on living secure and happy lives. Just like you, and just like Mom and Dad, I'm doing this because it's what I believe is right, and I really want to see it through.
Estelle, it seems she was right about you.
Huh?
I too am ready. I would like for the two of you to carry
my request to the Bracer Guild.
Your Majesty.
My liege, we will do whatever you ask.
My request is for the Bracer Guild to rescue those being held captive by the Intelligence Division. Amongst them is my granddaughter Claudia.
Oh shit.
Ah, so the princess is being held captive somewhere. Yes. This coup d'etat started when I backed her as the successor to the throne.
In other words, Duke Dunan was out of the running.
Yes, though he is my nephew, he is possessed of a considerable number of character flaws.
No fucking kidding.
In brief, where he is lacking, my granddaughter shines. For the sake of this nation's future, I would have my granddaughter succeed me.
Well, I don't actually know her, but I personally lean towards the idea that your judgment should really be trusted here.
No matter the era, there will always be those who object strongly to a woman wielding political power. Not to mention, the memory of the invasion by a larger power is still relatively fresh. Some of them will perceive a succession of 2 consecutive queens to be a sign of weakness. It is hardly surprising that such a nation has taken root in the notion has been taken root in the minds of some.
Some, including Colonel Richard, I presume.
Quite right. Claudia's pending succession to the throne caught him quite unawares.
So he's doing all of this just because he thinks having Claudia as the ruler would show them as weak? And that, I guess, a woman ruler would be weak, like 2 times in a row? Is that really all he's going on about? Surely not. You're telling me the whole coup d'etat is simply because he doesn't like women rulers? That's crazy, if so. That's real crazy. We'll see. We'll see.
That, along with the passing of this information to the Duke, is what led to this coup.
Sup, boy? Yo, what's up, Darren? How's it going, dude? How's work? You working hard tonight? I assume not. Let me continue on, though.
This was all staged so that Liberal would become a strong military power with the Colonel ruling from the shadows.
I see. I've gotten out of my chair once for like 10 minutes. Damn, dude. Working hard. So you just been playing your Switch while chilling? Sounds like you got it pretty easy. Which is good. I'm happy for you. I'm glad you don't have to do too much tonight. At least not yet. Reading, but I'm about to bring it out. Alright, cool. Reading's fine too. I'm basically reading too. This game is, it's kind of like reading a book, I would say. Whereas like most other games are kind of like, well, I guess playing a game or like watching a movie. This is definitely more akin to a book, so it's really cool. I see. That finally let us see the whole picture.
So, if Libero becomes a militarized country, what would happen then?
A great many things. Taxes would be levied to fill the war chest. Horrible weaponry would be developed with the express intent of causing havoc on a massive scale. Virtual book. Yep, that's what it is, man. Which is, I'm surprised you don't like JRPGs like this because, like I said, it is a lot like reading a book. A visual novel, almost, if you will. A wide-ranging policy of conscription would be adopted, and no doubt contracting Jaeger Corps would be made legal, which is not the case at present.
Oh no. Indeed, the Colonel has made very adamant requests that I enact such policies. I thought that such proposals were born out of genuine love for his country, but I never agreed that they were the right course of action to take. The Royal Army is not all that protects this land. We have worked hard to maintain treaties with other countries. Defending a nation goes hand in hand with free cultural exchange and trade with all other nations, to the benefit of all.
I feel the same way, Your Majesty. Yeah, it makes sense to me. Honestly, I've thought about it, but it might be because it's slower, but I don't know.
Yeah, you still got that zoomer brain when it comes to video games. Gotta have that non-stop action.
The Colonel, however, finds such notions to be womanly and foolishly idealistic. And so he demanded that I abdicate the throne in exchange for Claudia's safe return.
Huh?
Many people have had family members taken to ensure that they would not dare to oppose the Colonel. But I am the Queen, and I will not allow all that I love about my country to be destroyed simply because of blood ties. Still, she is my only granddaughter. I cannot simply allow her to die.
Your Majesty, please try to relax. We hear and comply with your request. We will see to it that the princess is rescued from those who have imprisoned her.
Thank you, both of you. With that reassurance, I will do all I can to oppose the Colonel's demands.
Have you any other requests, Your Majesty? The gospel still has to be dealt with, and I don't think we should just leave you here.
I appreciate your sentiment, Estelle, but the present state of affairs is not contingent upon my freedom or imprisonment. The gospel shall continue to weigh heavily on my mind, for a great many reasons. For my part, I will attempt to ascertain the Colonel's true intentions with it.
Okay. Interesting.
Wow, what a totally awesome person. Super nice, but with a seriously strong will. I hope I'm even 1/10 that cool when I get old.
Cool. Did you actually just call the Queen that? Still, she definitely has what it takes to govern a whole country.
Yeah, I really want to stop this coup thingy and help her.
It's definitely outside of Bracer jurisdiction. Well, first things first, we do whatever we can.
Right, but you know, I'm still freaking out about that, what the Queen told us about Dad. I wonder if she's got any more tidbits she'd be willing to share.
Estelle and Joshua,
have you finished changing? Oh, yeah. Then we should return to the waiting room at once. It's already after 11 o'clock, actually. It's almost...
after 11 o'clock. Actually, it's almost midnight.
Whoa, is it really that late?
The Queen spoke with us for a long time. If we stay any longer, it's apt to make the guards suspicious. Okay. Cool. We've made some progress, and now I gotta take a pee, so I'll BRB. Un segundo. Alright, sorry about that. Well, I just had a moment of deja vu. That was real weird. Huh. Whatever. Let's get out of this keep. See what the hell happens. Are you going home for the day, Miss Hilda?
Yes, I believe so.
Just be sure not to do Her Majesty any further discourtesy. That's not fair. But please relax, we are patriots to the core.
That's good to hear. Now I believe that we shall be on our way. Pardon me.
By your leave. By the way, ladies. Huh? I don't think we ever got your names. May we ask them? Oh, Dorothy, Shara, or Lena? I don't think we go Shara. Who was Lena? I guess we're Dorothy. Oh, that's a very modern name. Or am I saying so, but it just doesn't sound right for you. Ain't that the truth? Fuck, I messed up. How about you, miss? You may call me Karen. Karen, you say? That's a very pretty name.
You're too kind, sir. I'm rather fond of it myself.
Are you now? Oh right, we're with the Special Ops. My name is...
I think that's just about enough. I sense an ulterior motive at work.
No, I mean, at least not from us. Please be safe on your way home. Yeah, you scumbags. Quit hitting on the girls and the guy dressed as a girl.
Aren't you, Mr. Popularity? It was like their eyes all changed when you told them your name.
Hey, it was not. I didn't see you shying away from joining in the conversation.
Sure, but that doesn't mean I wasn't nervous.
I kinda lost all my confidence there. Huh? What's all that noise? Oh, it's the Duke.
Oh, Duke Dunan.
Ah, it's the lady of the court. Hey, you maids. You don't look familiar.
These are two of the new hires whom I'm instructing. This is Dorothy and that's Karen. They're still quite inexperienced, so I'm giving them some extra training time.
Cool.
Did he recognize us? Oh, good. Even how many times we've run into him, it'd be bizarre if he didn't recognize us.
Come now, Philip. Enough with the staring. It's quite unusual to see coming from you, stiff upper lip and all.
Please, pardon my intrusion. You look much like my niece. My eyes were playing tricks on me, it seems. I'm dreadfully sorry for the discourtesy. Oh, it's no bother. Please don't concern yourself. You know, now that I stop and look, I must say that you both are quite lovely. You with the brown hair, you have a very healthy, clean look to you. As for you, I personally think you'd go best with that raven hair of yours even longer. I'm honored.
Yes. Dorothy, was it not? You shall attend me this evening.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Your Grace.
I don't want to serve him tea. I don't think tea is what he wants served.
Your Grace, your flirtations, while flattering, are best saved for another time and place. All of the maids in the castle work directly in service to Her Majesty, Queen Alicia. I trust you've not forgotten. I know. Some folks simply can't appreciate a joke. The castle walls will be mine in a week's time anyway. We can settle aside time for some fun then. Your Grace, please, no more of this. This guy's a scumbag. I do not mind when you drink to excess, but you know how your libido gets in such instances. I say this knowing full well that I may be reprimanded for it. I don't think he wants tea. I don't think so either. But I said I was just joking. Enough, I'm going to bed.
As you wish, Your Grace. Your room is right over there.
Oh, right. Dorothy, you just let me know if you have any problems, anything at all. I'll give you the best advice the future king can give.
Thank you very much.
Aren't you cute? Yes, good.
There's a clown. Oh, excuse me. I apologize unreservedly for all the fuss. His Grace will likely remember nothing of this come the morning. Please set your minds at ease. I should certainly hope so. I am truly sorry. Madam and young missus, I beg your pardon, but I must take my leave.
Okay.
Oh, I feel so badly for him. He truly seems to bear the weight of the world on his shoulders. Oh, do you know Mr. Philip personally? Yes, ever since we were children, though not nearly as well as we once did, thanks to the one he serves. I see. He sure seems like he's nervous all the time, doesn't he? I'll bet that everything between the Duke and the Colonel has him completely on edge.
Probably, yeah. By the way, what was that you were saying earlier about me being the popular one? Duke certainly seemed awfully fond of you.
Please, I'd like to keep my food in my stomach, thank you. Oh, right, back to before. I feel like I'm missing something. Why would the Duke want tea so late?
God damn it, Estelle. So naive and pure.
Well, you see... Estelle, allow me to elucidate the matter of tea and why gentlemen should never request it in polite company.
Huh?
Come closer. Hilda whispers something into Estelle's ear. Huh? Now do you understand?
Yes. Hopeless, completely hopeless. He didn't want that tea, girl, he wanted something else. Thanks for everything, both of you. If not for you, I don't know what we would have done. Please, it was the least we could do in Her Majesty's service. I only ask that you complete the request she made of you.
I feel the same way. I beg of you, do everything in your power to save the princess.
Oh, are you one of her royal retainers?
Yes, I regret that I rarely get the chance to serve her directly.
Jersey Mike. Oh, he wants tea with another letter. Yes. That is what he wants for sure.
Yes, I regret that I rarely get the chance to serve her directly. She's so kind and open. She's always treated me more like a friend than a servant. The thought of her being held up, captive, keeps me up at night.
I understand. Well, you can rest easy now that we're on the job. We'll save her. Shall we be going? We must save the hostages. I wonder if we should go get Zen. Castle gate's currently sealed. Please feel free to walk. I guess we're going back to our room. Let us leave.
What, might I inquire, are you doing at this late hour?
Uh-oh.
Ah,
Captain Amalthea.
good evening. I realize that you've been invited here, but don't you think it's a bit late for you kids to be out walking around?
Please, pardon us. We've simply never been in a castle like this, and we couldn't resist the urge to take a look around.
Oh, that's certainly understandable. So, where were you half an hour ago? Please enlighten me, if only for my own edification.
Where were we? In the kitchen? Maid quarters? Not the administrative room. Royal guard room, definitely no. Cellar, I don't think so. Going with maid quarters or kitchen? In your mom's room, lol. I don't think we get that. Kitchen.
Oh, that's strange. I was making my rounds through there and I never saw you. Well, come, let's not waste time on games. Actually, I've received reports of you going in and out of the maid quarter.
Oh, that's what I should have said.
Do you not think it a bit odd to be looking around in that particular place?
What? You don't think that questioning someone like that when you already have the facts is a little cruel?
I'll take that as a compliment. So what business have you in the maid quarters? I suggest you answer honestly.
Well, Oh, Estelle, Joshua. You been here the whole time? Is that Zen? Yeah. Big man. Zen. Oh, he's drinking. Whoa, now that's the stuff.
You're drunk.
Oops, sorry. And hey, if it ain't my favorite gorgeous officer lady. Nice. Some luck that we met up again, eh?
I suppose.
So what's going on? Are my students here causing any trouble?
Students? No, it's just that they were in the maid quarters for a while. And really want to know their business simply as security precaution.
Yeah, I totally get you. I just sent them off to find some munchies to go with my booze. Hey Joshua, you kids find anything to eat? No, the cooks aren't back yet, I guess. Went to ask the maid if there was any way we could get our hands on something, but no luck. Oh well, I'll have to do without, I guess. Hey, I just had a great idea. You want to come and join me for a drink? I mean, hey, nothing goes with drinks like a beautiful lady.
I'm afraid I'm busy, so I'll have to decline your generous offer. My apologies for the misunderstanding, but I would advise you to return to your room and remain there for the rest of the night. I have to investigate any suspicious activity, you understand?
Of course. It is late, so we should probably just get to bed.
Very good then. Now, if you'll excuse us.
Zen helped us out. Denied. Oh well, might as well just go back to the room. Right. We'll go with you. Looks like we managed to convince her at least. What? I'm not saying we're running on an oppressive regime, but... yeah, there may be something going on. Zen, aren't you drunk? I was acting drunk. I haven't had a single drop.
No way, your face had even gone all red.
He focused on making his blood circulate better, which made it look like he was intoxicated. It's done with some kind of Eastern martial arts breathing exercise, right? Huh, I'm surprised you're familiar with it. But hey, you seem to be in a tight spot, so I figured I'd distract everyone. Nice, huh? Saved your bacon, as the saying goes.
You're an evil man, Zen. Okay, sure, you did help us out, but you also surprised the hell out of me.
Sorry about that. So what's the story?
What story?
I would have thought it'd be obvious. That story of you meeting with the queen.
Whoa, wait, what? How did you... Did Elnon tell you something about this?
Actually, I couldn't get him to tell me anything. But now I know anyway, don't I? Oh shit.
He's a master.
Tricking people. Without prior knowledge, there's no way you could have just guessed. So how much do you really know? I guess it's finally time to show you this.
Zen produced a letter from his pocket and handed it to Estelle and Joshua. What's this? I know this handwriting.
Well, don't just stand there, read it. It'll explain a lot.
Okay. Dear Zen Vathek, I hope this letter finds you well. I know I've been out of touch. I'm in a hurry, so I hope you'll pardon my bluntness. My work concerning the Jaegers is leading me into Imperial territory. However, due to the fact that unusual forces seem to be influencing matters inside Liberl, I feel uneasy being absent for so long. This is why I must ask a favor of you. Could I persuade you to come to Liberl and help out if they need it? Dude, this is a letter from their dad for sure. I mean, obviously, because it matches with what he's been doing, trying to like stop Jaegers in the Empire for some reason. Since you haven't been to Liberl before, perhaps you could think of it as a recreational trip. There is a martial arts competition before the Queen's birthday celebration, and foreigners can participate who would make fine camouflage. I realize that this is sudden, but if you can do it, I would be most grateful. Huh. I'm intending to return to Liberl before the festival, so hopefully we'll be able to have a drink together when I return. Cassius Bright. See? I knew it was Cassius. Damn, so Vin knew Cassius. P.S. You may have the chance to meet my son and daughter. They're currently apprentices at the guild, so if you happen to meet them, feel free to test the extent of their training. Try not to bail them out too much unless it seems like they really need it. Ah, still looking out for them. So Dad actually asked you to come to Liberl, which means he's in Erebonia now.
That's the long and short of it.
The long and short of it? What it means is that you were in cahoots with him all along.
That's kind of nasty way to put it, don't you think? I owe Master Cassius a favor from the time he spent in Calvard. This letter just gave me the chance to make us square again.
I suppose.
When did you realize that we were his kids? I had a feeling from the outset once I saw Estelle's technique with the bow staff. I asked Kilika about it and that confirmed it.
It would have been nice if you'd said something about it all. We've been worried sick, wondering where Dad's been.
I know, and I'm sorry I haven't said anything. But I've got the impression from the letter that he was trying to keep his whereabouts a secret. Still, you're definitely his kids, alright. If you can pull off a job as big as sneaking an audience with the Queen.
I suppose so. He knows this much, it wouldn't hurt to tell him everything, right?
I agree, it's probably best to fill in on everything.
It is a bit far-fetched to say that we could put an end to this whole situation on our own, after all. Alright. Estelle and Joshua told of how they managed to speak directly with the Queen. Hey, my cord got stuck. As well as the Queen's request to safely rescue Princess Claudia.
I see. I thought something seemed a little off when everyone was talking at the party. Alright. I'll help you out with that little request then.
What, you will?
Yep, I think this is the ideal opportunity to settle my debt to Master Cassius. Please, let me help.
We'd be glad to. Thank you once again.
Alright. Oh, what is this? Where are they?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Whoa, what is this place? I never would have imagined that something like this even existed. Where are they? What the hell?
It's larger than I expected. Lieutenant Lawrence, if you'd be so kind as to show us the way to the lowest level? Yes, sir. Uh-oh, they're getting attacked? The hell are those things? Whoa, is this some kind of mechanical monster? Well, well, so these must be archaisms? The eternal horror of Rorschach test. What's a Rorschach? I don't know that word. An artist or something? Archaisms. Archaisms. Oh shit. Okay, those guys are both really strong apparently. Oh, ink blot test. Okay, okay. Holy shit. He took out that thing in one stroke. Huh. You were the quickest to react. You are indeed truly a force to be reckoned with when you don't hold back. You flatter me, sir. Your quick draw technique as well was quite remarkable to behold. I can see that you studied under the Divine Blade himself. I am humbled. I still have a ways to go before I can really humble anyone, I'm afraid. But time waits for no man. The skills I possess now will have to be enough. My strength may be meager, but I must forge this kingdom's future with my own two hands. My brave men, the way to the ultimate power is open. A bright new dawn approaches for our beloved Libero. I expect only the best of each of you. By your order, sir. We of the Special Ops will work as one for the Colonel. For the glory of Libero. For the glory of Libero! Alright, they're getting into something wild. Who knows what. I understand the situation. You both performed admirably. I'm amazed that you were able to deliver the Professor's message to Her Majesty in person. Huh, we just got lucky is all. The real question is, how much longer is luck going to be on our side? Yeah, we're really going to have to stay focused. If you understand that already, then there's nothing more that I need to tell you. In any case, we consider Professor Russell's request to be fulfilled. Please accept this as compensation for a job well done. Alright. 20k and 16 BP. Hey, we're Junior Bracer First Class now. Let's go. Receive the Gladiator Belt accessory. Now then, Zin. It was pure providence that Cassius invited you here. We need the help of an A-ranked bracer like yourself. He's A-ranked. No need to even ask, sir. Even if I didn't have a debt to repay to Cassius, I couldn't possibly stand by idly in a situation like this. I'm with you until the end. I knew we could count on you, Zin. By the way, what's this A-rank business? It's a rank that signifies a full-fledged bracer's full power. Full. There are even ranks ranging from G on the bottom up to A at the top. Wow, so he's like the strongest they come? So he's the highest rank you can get? Wow, I never knew you were such a badass, Zin. Ha, well I may be A-ranked, but I'm still an underling, so to speak. There are 20 A-rankers across the continent. Cool. But above that, there's an informal S rank. That one's only granted to bracers who successfully resolve issues on a national scale. And there are only 4 of those on the entire continent. Ah, these must be the Divine Blades people were talking about. Cassius Bright being one of them. Whoa, I'm not sure I even want to think about what they can do. Huh, you really don't know any of this stuff, do you? One of those 4 is Master Cassius. What? Okay, Joshua, you're not going to tell me you knew about this already, right? Right? Sorry, but yes I did. He solved a major case for the Republic about 5 years ago. I swear, it's hardly worth even getting upset anymore. Royal Army soldier, hidden hero, divine blade, S-rank bracer. If he's really so damned awesome, then it sure would be nice if he'd come back and take care of this case. You may be right. He's full squared. If he were with us, perhaps this would never have escalated to this point, where a coup d'etat was even possible. Joshua, what's wrong? Just thinking about how strange this is. This whole chain of events apparently started with Dad going off on his trip. It's as if whoever planned the coup was waiting for him to be gone. At least, it's just the impression I have. Oh. So what you're saying is that the coup was planned around his departure for the Empire? Am I correct? No, I'm sure that would be overthinking things. I can't think of anyone who could possibly manipulate Dad like that without him noticing he was being used. You'd have to know him and his behavior patterns exceptionally well to be able to pull it off.
Well, yeah. I never knew what he was up to, even though he was so close.
I don't think that Colonel Richard could have ever managed to pull the wool over his eyes. More likely, it's just that two major events happened to overlap with each other.
Oh, regardless of the circumstances, we cannot currently rely on Cassius to help. Therefore, I am resolved to prepare for the worst. I believe an emergency conference of the Grancel branch of the Bracer Guild is called for.
But that's a mouthful.
Huh? All other things being equal, we have request that comes directly from Her Majesty the Queen. The third article of the Bracer Code states that we shall never act in a fashion that interferes with the government. We cannot ignore Her Majesty's request, however, so we must act. But we're no match for the Royal Army as we are. I ask the cooperation of all bracers in Grancel, including Zin, of course. Oh, okay. If we come in conflict with the Intelligence Division, we'll need all the help we can get. Ideally, we should have the cooperation of other branches. But the checkpoints have been completely sealed off as of today, ostensibly to foil any potential terrorist activity. What? So basically amounts to martial law. So the enemy is finally moving in full tilt. This may be to stifle any activity on the part of any Royal Guardsmen in hiding, as well as ourselves. If we're going to conduct a rescue operation, we'll have to do it with the resources on hand. Oh, fun, but up to it. So, do we have a solid idea of where the prisoners are being held?
It's gotta be the, that rich people estate that we weren't allowed to go to earlier. It's been on mine a while now, actually. I believe the most likely place to be the Aird Royal Villa. That's what I said.
That's the building in the forest, right?
It would make sense. If the soldiers are using it under the pretense of counter-terrorism, few would question it. And I can't imagine they'd want to lock a lady of the royal family in a cell in Leiston Fortress. Considering it's the army we're going to be going against here, I'd like a more solid confirmation, however. If we assaulted the wrong place, we'd have hell to pay for it.
Yes, precisely. But in either case, we must assemble any bracers currently in the royal city. Could I ask you to assemble them here for me? Any information you could gather while doing so would be much appreciated.
If I'm not mistaken, Estelle,
you and your friends are acquainted with a reporter, correct? Oh, you mean Niall. Yeah, we should see if he's picked up anything significant. Whew. Also, we must attempt to enlist the aid of the guardsmen who are in hiding. If you can get them to contact me, it would be greatly appreciated. So in other words, we need to get in touch with Sister Julia.
She helped us with the investigation before. We should let her know what's going on. So off to the cathedral then? There are 4 other bracers in the city: Kurt, Grant, Karna, and Annalise. Check the bars and their usual hangouts. They may also be in the hotel. If you see them, please instruct them to come back here. Sure thing. Alright, then off we go. We're doing it. Oh, we got some accessory I want to check out. There's like a gladiator's belt. Plus 10 strength, minus 10 defense, auto CP up. Seems strong. Do we just make Joshua a glass cannon? I think so. Give him the gladiator belt. Hell yeah. He's about to destroy some stuff. Alright. Unfortunately, I've been chugging water all night, so I gotta take a pee again. So BRB. Sorry. Alright. I'm back. And you said, I see this NPC is also trying to get his 10,000 steps in for the day. Man, I'm telling you, they all, like, are trying to, apparently. Alright. So now, we are going to find the other bracer, right? And we need to try to talk to Lieutenant Schwartz and Niall. Alright, so first thing... Well, actually, let's make sure there's not any quest on the board. There's not. Didn't notice that until you hit the city. Yeah, me either, but everybody just walks in place. Weird. Oh, there's one of the bracers. Hey, it's Grant. Well, if it isn't the big bad champions. I hear you guys spent the night at the castle. Frankly, I'm surprised to see you back so early. Did you eat anything good?
Yeah, we did, but that's not about what we're here to talk about.
Oh, something on your mind? Explain the situation and the Queen's request to Grant. Holy crap, you're not pulling my leg, are you? We're not. Every word is true. I'd stake my reputation on it.
If Zin the Immovable is moved by this, then that's all the proof I need.
I'll do whatever I can to help you. You can count on it.
Thanks, Grant.
We'll all be meeting at the Guildhouse to plan our strategy as soon as possible, so if you'd please head over there when you can. Understood. Go well, friends. I'll catch up with you there. Okay, that's a 1 down. Still got a few left, I believe. Got some fruit snacks. Pretty good. Where can I find the other bracers? I like how I have 200,000 money, but there's nothing to buy. Unlucky. Okay. One's probably at the inn. Fruity. They're good. Not here. Not there. Probably not in here either. Okay. Upstairs, maybe? Be in this room. Yeah, there's Kurt.
I wish I could remember that time a little better. Looks like there's a thick fog getting the whole thing.
Oh, hi, Kurt. It's good to see you here.
Hi, Estelle, and hi, Joshua. Oh, Zin's with you too.
Didn't you know that we were going to that dinner party at the castle yesterday? That was when those 2 rookies took on a pretty major assignment.
What major assignment?
I think it's best if we tell you more or less the whole story. Joshua explained all the circumstances that led to the request from the Queen.
You're serious?
Of course we are. That's why we really need your help.
No, that's not it.
I admit, I'm shocked at Her Majesty's request for you.
But the black ornament that the Colonel has, it's real?
Kurt? What's wrong? You look awfully pale.
Whoa! What in the world?
Step away from him.
Huh?
Shade! Oh shit, lift.
What was that? You didn't even touch him and he acted like he got electrocuted.
It's a special spirit channeling breath technique. It allows the user to directly affect the target's body without direct physical contact. I don't normally like to be so rough, but time isn't exactly on our side. How are you feeling?
Oh wow, actually a lot better. Can't remember every detail, but a good bit of it's coming back. I'm a little unsteady from the shock, but I think I'll be alright. So, what do you remember? Didn't I say before there was an accident around 3 months ago? You lost your memories while you were working, right?
Yes, someone had asked me to check up on those men in the black outfits. Like someone mentally kicked my butt. Thanks! Then I took something suspicious from them. It was the black ornament.
Huh?
So the person who gave you the assignment?
Yes, it was your father, Cassius.
I wasted no time in packaging it up and sending it to him.
But that's really as far back as I can remember.
So the K on the package was you! Oh shit, it was Kurt. That's random as hell.
Yes. I think I also remember there being a note that said to have Professor Russell analyze it. I get it. The package was delivered to you two.
Do you remember anything after that? Anything that happened after you sent off the package?
Yes, after I left the port, someone called out to me, and then... it's no good. It's all still one big blur.
You're probably best off not pressing your luck. It's likely to cause strain It's likely to just cause strain that you can't handle it yet. But
yes, alright. I'm really just amazed that I was able to remember anything at all. Which brings us to a bigger question. Who would have done this? Maybe the special ops guys?
it's possible.
They did use a nasty poison on a gate after all. It's as if they're manufacturing and testing new drugs.
Maybe they've made something to cause memory loss.
Now there's a cheerful thought. Plus, there's the Sky Bandits boss and Mayor Dalmore to consider. We have to be really careful. I'm sorry I don't have anything really useful to tell you. I know that Her Majesty asked you to do what Her Majesty asked you to do. I want to help if you'll let me.
That's just alcohol. Yeah, he just got hammered that night.
But are you sure you'll be okay? Sure, my memory may be like a sieve, but physically I'm fine. I owe you for your help, so please allow me to make it up to you.
If you're feeling up to it, sure. We need to work out a strategy for now. Let's meet back at the guild.
Alright, you have my thanks.
Interesting. So now we figured out what's going on with him. Let's get on out of there. Now we need to find Annalise and Karna. Who knows where they could be. One of them might be shopping. It's possible, I guess. Check the store area. Ah, there's Annalise. I knew it.
Well, if it isn't Zin and the new recruits.
Alright, yeah. All good, man. You don't have to sit in here. It's no big deal. But I appreciate the lurk for sure.
Well, if it isn't Zin and the new recruits.
Back from the castle already?
Well, yeah, I guess we are.
Annalise, could we have a moment of your time?
You hear something juicy you're looking to share with me?
Well, if by juicy you mean spit your juice all over in shock, then yeah. It's a real juice bomb.
Ooh, you have my undivided attention. Should we be talking about this here, or should I be sitting down for it?
Huh? Just to make it absolutely clear, this isn't a joke. Things can get serious in a big hurry, and if they do, we'll need your help.
Let's see. Sorry, my head's just a little scrambled from how screwed up this whole situation is. I don't really get all this, but you want everyone to meet up at the guild house, right?
Right. Elnon will fill you in on all the details.
Okay then, I'll go see what's up.
Alright. One more to find. They're probably in the west. Yeah, they're gonna be in the bar in the west area. Okay. And then we need to hit up the church. Oh, it's this couple.
I looked all over town, and the best place to pop the question is right in front of the gates, I think.
Oh, damn, he's gonna propose.
Armin's been talking to himself all day today. I know he's got something on his mind, but he just won't tell me what it is. He can be such a meanie. Time to bust out the pouty face.
Those two have been hilarious the whole time. Oops, wrong button. Alright. So I think this bar over here. We'll probably have Karna here? No? What the hell? Oh, we don't know where Karna is. I'm trying to think of other locations, but... Well, she's randomly in a house somewhere. Which she wouldn't be. Huh. Maybe she's at the church. Alright, let's talk to Lieutenant Schwartz here in disguise. Oh, never mind, that's not her.
Are you looking for Sister Ellen, perchance? I believe that Archbishop should know her whereabouts. He should be in the sacramental chamber to the southeast of this room.
Southeast. Ah.
Excuse me, sire.
And who might you be?
We're, members, of the Bracers. The Bracer Guild, I mean. We're looking for Sister Ellen.
Where are you now?
Might I guess that you share complicity with her, then?
Nani?
With a nun? Ew, no.
He's asking if we know her real identity, Estelle. We're here with information she asked us to find.
I'm sorry to say she's no longer at the cathedral. She came to say goodbye to me this morning and left. Where to? I mean, do you know where she might have gone?
If only I did. I've been close with the royal family for many years, and she's always regarded me as a friend and confidant. But this time she refused to give me details. She no doubt wished to keep the church from getting too deeply involved in whatever is occurring.
I see. I wouldn't worry, though. She had a light of hope in her eyes as she departed, and confident she was not running away to wallow in despair, but for a more noble cause. Well, that's good at least, but the thing is, we kinda need her to stay in touch with the Royal Guardsmen.
Well, begging for rain in the desert only gets you sand. We should probably go. The best thing we can do is covertly keep an eye out for other royal guardsmen.
Not the most efficient plan, but that seems to be all we got. Yeah. You seem to be between a rock and a hard place, as they say. Always remember that Aidios helps those who help themselves. Do all that you can, and Aidios will surely take care of the rest. Hard and honest work will always lead you down the right path.
Okay. We will be hard and honest. Alright, so let's go to the news. I don't know why I went in here. It's a mistake. The Barrel News. There's Dorothy.
This is weird, Chief. We haven't heard anything in 2 days.
Ah, shit, Niall's missing? Well, he does tend to get completely wrapped up when he's looking for the next big story, but given how close we are to the state of martial law, I don't much like that he hasn't contacted us either.
Oh, hi, guys.
Second? Sorry about that. We good? Yeah.
Hello, Dorothy.
Pardon us.
Oh, gee, perfect timing. Good afternoon. We're here to talk to Niall, but I'm guessing he's not around?
That's what we were just talking about. Actually, Niall hasn't shown up here today or yesterday. No word from him or anything.
Huh? Yesterday or today? We spoke with him in the evening 2 days ago. Really? What do you mean, really? You gave us the message to meet him for Aidios' sake. You came here to talk to him after the semifinals.
We came.
Oh, right. Now that you mention it. So did he say anything to you? Like where he was going?
Oh yeah, someone had just called him. Right, I remember what happened. He had just got a call from someone, then he said he had to leave.
Are you serious?
Yes. We haven't seen hide nor hair of him since.
Oh no. I can't believe Niall's dead.
Fucking clown Dorothy.
What? Who said he was dead? Today's when all the airliner traffic gets shut down. Everything was normal yesterday though, so maybe he went to another province. I already inquired with the landing port passenger registry and there's no sign of him.
I wonder if he got taken hostage.
So I figure he still has to be somewhere in town.
You two were the last ones to see this reporter fellow. Weren't you talking to him about something for a news article?
Huh?
These are the times we live in. Controlling the media is a big deal for the military. What do you think, Chief?
I certainly can't argue with that. Particularly in the case of the Intelligence Division. They monitor and censor everything we do. Yeah, he definitely got, like, taken hostage by them. You wouldn't believe how frustrating it is.
Which means that you can't get much information for your stories.
But if it's in reporters' nature to want to get as much as possible into the hands of the readers. I see. So you went to check out a new subject that the Intelligence Division hasn't started censoring yet. What was the last thing he told us about? I think it was about... It's one of these two things, but I can't remember. Was he the one that told us about the arranged marriage? I guess we'll just guess. And the Duke mentioned something about it at the dinner party. Oh, Niall told you about that too. Make a hell of a story if it's true. He mentioned having to get some evidence at any cost. How did a reporter like Niall even learn about something like that? I'd have thought something like that would be known only to the royal family.
Well, he did say he's friends with someone who works in the Herb Royal Villa. Completely off the record, but the terrorists are supposedly after the princess. So she's secretly staying in the villa for her own safety. I knew it!
Ha! And the veil is lifted. Maybe the person he was talking to was his friend in the villa, which would mean that Niall's probably there too. You don't say. Well, if I know Niall, he probably tried to worm his way in for an interview with the princess. And if the soldiers saw him, they'd have arrested him on the spot. No, Niall's a goner. Why do you keep coming back to that? But if he has been arrested, getting him out isn't going to be easy. Yeah, I'm betting that he and the Princess Claudia are much in the same situation. What exactly do you people know? Do you have inside information about what's going on in the city, in all of Libero? Sorry, but we really can't talk about it. Just let the Bracer Guild take care of Niall. If he has been arrested, we'll see to it that he's released. Alright, please do whatever you can.
Please, you guys. You gotta bring Niall back.
Leave it to us. Okay. So, all we're missing now is one Bracer, and I don't know where she is. Karna. We gotta find Karna. We already checked the hotel. We checked the market. We checked the restaurants. Maybe she's at the landing port? I mean, I doubt it. That's just some random lady. Looking for Karna. Unless they said she was gone or something and I just didn't pick it up. It's always possible. Royal Army's closed, yeah, we know. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go to the guild first then real quick and see if they have anything to say. So I really don't know where Karna would be. Check that one already. Bracer Guild Hall. Are we done? There are 4 bracers. Yeah, we need Karna. Bars. Oh, shops. We haven't checked all the shops. Okay. Wait. You said bars, shops, and what? Bars, shops, and inns. Okay. Where are you, Karna? Are you looking at weapons? She is looking at weapons! Oh, man. Hi, Karna.
Hey, look who it is. Oh, you've got Old Man Zin with you. What's going on?
Well, it's a long story.
Uh-oh, sounds serious. Explain the situation and the Queen's request to Karna. You're not just pulling my leg, are you?
I must admit, I did find it a bit odd that all the gates and ports and such have been shut down.
So, what did you want with me exactly?
Well, we need to get everyone together and formulate a plan, so if you would, please meet us at the guild. Gotcha.
I'm already there.
There we go. That's good, that's good. Alright, 1 second. Gotta tab out for half a second. Bum bum ba bum. Alright, there we go. And we're back. Alright, that's everyone. The other brace is already assembled. Have you heard from the Royal Guardsman or the reporter?
Sorry, sir, no contact.
But we believe we gathered the intelligence we need. Joshua explained everything they learned from the Cathedral and the Liberal News HQ.
I see.
We can conclude with fair certainty that the Princess Claudia is inside the villa. It's unfortunate that you were unable to make contact with the Royal Guardsmen. But at least we now know that they haven't been captured. Shall we get started then? Yes. We need to start working out the details of the rescue operation. Alright, here we go. Battle plan. Are we all up to date on the pertinent details of the Intelligence Division's plan? Coup d'etat then. Given this information, we should consider ourselves under a contractual obligation to Queen Alicia. I can barely believe what I'm hearing. I'm ashamed of myself for not noticing something was amiss sooner.
I was suspicious of those special ops troops from the very beginning, but I really trusted Colonel Richard. He was behind the Sky Bandits and Mayor Dalmore?
We got completely snowed. And we can't let them get away with it, that's for sure. Can you all be counted on to cooperate in this assignment? Damn straight.
Just lead the way. I owe these guys some black eyes, rhyme unintended.
I owe these guys some black eyes.
Count me in for sure. This is gonna be good.
We got strong allies. We'll prevail without a doubt. Now let me explain the details of this mission. Who's gonna be our fourth party member though? That's my question. There's no way it's just gonna be the three of us. Unless like I said, I'm pretty confident that Claudia is Chloe, so maybe she's gonna end up being our last party member. To help like take back the kingdom or some shit. We'll see. We have to move fast as there are lives at stake here. It's not the most elegant approach, but I believe taking control of the villa through a frontal assault is our best option. Okay. We don't have time to try and find some route to infiltrate, so I guess that's the only option we got. How will we be divided?
We'll split into two groups, a decoy team and a rescue team. The decoy team will draw the attention of the main forces, while the rescue team makes its way into the villa.
4 of them are the decoy, and we are the rescue team. Guaranteed. Remember though, we're dealing with the Intelligence Division Special Ops here. If I may, I'd like to suggest that we also add an ambush team to aid the decoy team, and a second decoy team to assist the rescue team. Okay.
Man, we're really teaming with teams here, but why do we need those?
The ambush team would lie in wait until the decoy team draws out the enemy forces. And then both teams could attack at once. Meanwhile, the second decoy team would attempt to break the enemy's ranks, allowing the rescue team to enter the villa more easily. Okay.
Oh yeah, I guess that's a good point. Even the odds a little bit.
But do we have enough members to spread among 4 squads?
No, we don't.
We've contacted other guild branches, but with the airships grounded, we're pretty much on our own.
Well, crap. If only we had Shara and a gate.
However, I agree with Zin that trying to carry out the operation with only 2 squads is risky. We may need to re-examine the strategy.
If numbers are all you lack, maybe we can be of assistance.
A woman? Lieutenant? Hey! Lieutenant Schwartz? Well now, if it isn't Sister Military.
There she is. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I am Royal Guardsman Sub-Commander Lieutenant Julia Schwartz.
Hell yeah, Julia. And who is we?
The Royal Guardsmen, the Royal Guardsmen, are here at your disposal for this operation.
Let's go. She's a badass. Big fan of her. Understood. Your participation will be most invaluable. I count 9 soldiers in your squad, including yourself.
My remaining troops are incognito, stationed all throughout the city. I can assemble them within the hour.
That's great, but Lieutenant Schwartz, how did you know we were going to try to save the hostages? We tried to find you at the cathedral and tell you, but you had already disappeared.
Did you? My apologies. All I knew was that you had accepted the Queen's mission. I found out last night.
Yeah, stretch 1 second.
Alright, last night? We'd only just met with the Queen last night ourselves.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
We have sources for military intelligence of this sort. All that matters now is that Her Highness gave us the order to assist, and we are happy to do it. Sources? I want sources. Can I share some of yours? I don't...
Let's leave it at no, Estelle. More importantly, the guardsman assistance will give us extra forces we need to fill the ambush and support teams.
Indeed, with the additional manpower, I believe our chances of success have increased exponentially. And with extra manpower secured, we should start deciding on the teams immediately. Roger that. Need 2 decoy teams, right? I believe 5 of my troops should be sufficient for one of them.
Yeah, I'd say that those Royal Guard uniforms would definitely catch their attention.
My thoughts exactly. We'll target the Intelligence Division's aerial squadron, stationed just on the outskirts of Herb's scenic route. Wait a sec, aerial squadron? You don't mean... I'm afraid she does. It's on the scenic route's outskirts?
Now that you mention it, there's a stretch of land out there that's been completely blockaded.
According to my intelligence, there's only a skeleton crew of guards stationed there. If we attack, they have no alternative but to call the villa for reinforcements. Oh, I get it. That's some good decoying right there. And then, when the reinforcements show up, the ambush team pops in and takes them all out, right?
We should form that ambush team then. I knew all those years of hunting down monsters in the bush would pay off one day.
And we've got a gunner too. That's no problem.
Alright, 2 teams locked down. Now for the rescue and decoy 2. I think the second team should also be comprised of my Royal Guardsmen. Special Ops will definitely drop their guards more easily to apprehend them.
So that leaves us.
For the rescue team. All the other teams will be acting to provide cover for us. Ours will be the most important assignment on the field by far. This is no game. You're playing an actual role in a crucial turning point for our history. Make sure you're up to the task.
Sheesh, no pressure. Huh. There's no need to worry, we will preserve. History favors the just.
Hell yeah.
Besides, you guys are the Grancel Martial Arts Competition champions. And we'll be the ones keeping the majority of the enemy forces busy. Hopefully all you'll need to worry about are the hostages. Julia, Elnan,
We, Estelle. The word you're looking for is we. We can do this, and we will.
You're right. You are so right. I'm gonna kick some special ops special asses.
That's the spirit.
And that's the plan.
The operation will begin at nightfall. We'll use the dark for cover. Once the operation begins, you won't have an opportunity to return to the city. So if you still have loose ends to tie up, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Man, this is getting pretty real. I will ensure that Her Highness is made aware of the plan.
Alright everyone, tonight, here. Got it? Oh baby. This is it. But I miss Olivier. Where's he at?
I'll leave the breaking and entering to you guys. What? You can't. You guys can totally do this.
Intelligence is resorting to using hostages. That's just disgusting. Let's go save us a princess. We're the only ones who can possibly pull this off. So let's get pulling.
Looks like you haven't had a moment's rest since everything started. Take a minute now and get everything squared away.
I think we're good. I guess they let us go to the shops and stuff real quick. I mean, I'll check some shops, but I think we're fine. Oh, that's not a shop. I doubt they have anything new. Yeah. I mean, we're maxed out, basically, so... And we have so much money. Like, what am I supposed to do with all this? Alright. Well, I guess let's just start. Ah, you're here, good. Once the operation begins, you won't have any opportunity to return to the city. So if you still have loose ends to tie up, speak now or forever hold your peace. Actually, alright. I want to stop by the embassy real quick. Just because I really want Olivier, even though if he were gonna be with us it would be guaranteed, so. Yeah, we ain't getting it. We ain't getting him. Boom, boom, boom. Give us Olivier. I've been instructed to keep Olivier from leaving the embassy premises. I would probably refrain from acting on his behalf, too. At least for the time being. Okay. My poor man. He's locked up. Alright. I think this is it. Everybody's all equipped and ready to clap some bitches. You know, I might be able to get an action 3 for him real quick. I mean, if we're gonna do this, we might as well do it right. Alright, sir. Please give me an action 3. 800. Alright. Let's put it on him instead of that. There we go. Should be an action 3 on all 3 now, yep. Is there cast 3? No, there's not. Okay, cool. We good now. We are ready. Yes, we are ready. Alright. Whoops. Talk. Alright, LNN. It's okay, we're ready. Understood. Let's review the operation. We just went over it, sir. Oh, what's this?
So, are we going to meet back here?
Well, this is the Ambarrel Monument rest area, so this should be the place. The only real issue is whether or not Lieutenant Schwartz and her men can get here undetected.
No need to worry about that.
There they are. 3, 6, 7, 8, plus 1 and her. It's 9.
Whoa, when did you get here?
Nice work staying hidden in Grancel.
We have quite a few sympathizers among the citizens. We've finished our preparations. We can begin whenever you're ready.
All right. We're waiting on your order, Estelle.
Huh? My order?
You're the ones who originally received Her Majesty's request, so we're waiting on your command before we begin.
Aw, hell yeah, Estelle. Let's go. Step up.
But I'm just a rookie.
Ha, that really doesn't matter. I don't think you'll have a problem. Just do it without shouting, okay?
We'll be here to help. We have no objections.
I have
a little faith in yourself. Don't worry about the trivial details. Just deal with things as they come.
Right.
Let's go, Estelle.
Okay then, here goes. Everyone, let's get those hostages rescued.
That's the Intelligence Division airship, right? I'm so freaking hungry. Isn't it time to change shifts yet? Come on, stay focused. There's no telling when the Royal Guardsmen might finally show themselves. There aren't more than 10 escapees. If the Colonel really puts his mind to it, we could hunt a lot of them down in no time.
If you think it's so easy, then go ahead and try.
What? Lieutenant Schwartz? Let's go, Lieutenant Schwartz. Hell yeah. Listen up, we have word from the ID ship. We apparently have a lock on the Royal Guardsmen. If we get there quickly, this will be our chance to wipe them out.
Sure. That settles that.
Huh. Let's go, Julia Schwartz. Gosh, she's such a badass. Idiots. Airship's locked down, you'll never be able to use it. If you'd just done as the Colonel said, we would have spared your lives. But now you're going to die, and you've only got your own stubbornness to blame. Take this! Bracers? You can't be serious, you're not actually going to try standing against the Royal Army? Sorry to disappoint you, but you've already been marked as criminals. By order of the Queen, you will let us pass. Let's go, baby! Come on. The ambush party's got on the move. We'll go ahead and lure the remaining forces into the front gardens. You can break into the villa while they're distracted. Sounds good. Ideas be with all of you. Alright, alright. Where the hell are we going? There's no thingies on the thingy. We're either going there or there. Oh, here we go. North, Herb Royal Village. Yeah, we're going north, right? Herb. Oh, these poor guys. Hell yeah. Got him. Uh-oh. Let's go, Royal Guardsmen. Alright, looks like they went for it. Now's our chance to sneak in. Okay. Roger that. Oh, thank God it's not an actual stealth mission. I would have been sad. Oh, we're definitely getting Claudia as a 4th team member. So this is the Herb Royal Villa. It's gorgeous. Certainly gives the castle a run for its Mira. Well, it is a royal family residence. Oops, looks like welcoming committee's here. Who are you people? You don't need to know our names. Words will serve no purpose here. Let's go. Alright, we got some action. Okay. Let's get it. Alright, how strong are you little bitches? 1600s? Easy. Let's just buff ourselves. Everyone's just gonna use a little clock up. Oh, and they're bitches. Yeah, this is easy. GG. You're kidding me. He's got poisoned. Great. That's gonna hurt. 205 it takes for? Damn. Okay, asshole. Now I gotta actually fucking cure his poison. I know who's dying first, I'll tell you that much. God damn it. Please don't poison, thank God. Damn, you lived? Die, idiots. Oh God. Heal. There we go. And they knew Joshua was squishy, so they just went straight for him. Some assholes. Step it up. Dual strike that bitch. Oh, and we got the insta-kill. Let's go.
Alright, good to go.
Ooh, 70 XP? We'll get a level here. Now, where's the princess being held? This place is huge. We'll just have to search it room by room. If we just hang around here, you can bet we're going to have more company soon. Let's get a move on. Alright, let's save. And let's look for some rooms. Alright, we got one there. I guess let's go there. What? Who are you people? Oh, don't move a muscle. Oh boy, we're gonna get into a lot of battles. Kill the dual wielding asshole. That is priority numero uno. Damn it, we really don't get to go before them? Alright, still killing. Man, they're all lined up for you, Estelle. End of time. Still like our best bet, though. Damn. Yeah, let's take out what we can. and have her heal Joshua. Not bad.
Savor the victory. We earned
90? That's a level for both of them. Let's go. That'd be helpful. Not fun. Attacked out of nowhere. Looks like there's still quite a few soldiers in the villa. They're patrolling the corridors in the central courtyard periodically. Our only option will be to silence anyone who sees us. It's fine with me. We will slay them all. Let's check this room. The library. Any books for reading? No. Never books to read. Damn, every time we come here, we're gonna have to fight. Damn, that's annoying. Okay. There's two bastards with daggers. We need to heal him. Did you get to go again? Asshole. Alright, bitch. God damn. Stop it. Alright. Had enough of your bullshit. Alright, we do rule. Bum bum bum. Alright, let's not find any rooms that are bad. There's actually 10 rooms? Are you fucking kidding me? There better be loot in some of these. Oh my god, I'm so sad. So sad. Hey, we didn't get attacked that time? Well, thank fucking god. Hey, it's being kind to us. King's Throne, the favorite seat of the late King Edgar III when staying in the Arab royal villa. Wow. This seems like the right place. It's locked. Aw, no! Seems pretty solid, and the locking mechanism is quite secure. We definitely won't be able to get in without a key. I guess we'll have to leave this place for later. Fuck. Now where's the key, then? Bonus critical. Ooh, that should be a kill, right? Let's go. Strength uppy. Hit him with hard break. Yes, attack Estelle, you fools. No, not Joshua. Alright. Oop, insta-kill.
We're good to go.
Yeah, this place is mad XP, okay. Went in there already. Aha! Chamberlain Raymond. Who are you people? Crap, we totally picked the wrong room. Huh, what are you doing here? Ain't seen you before. Good evening, we're with the Bracer Guild. Huh? No need to get up, just enjoy yourselves and rest well. This is a 4 fight? Fuck. Let's just Black Fang him. I don't want to deal with too much here. Ooh, that's some good damages. Take him out. And now Estelle, if you could hit them all. Hey, let's go. Easy fight. When you get an S-Craft. Piece of cack. And you guys got a key?
Phew, well that's taken care of.
You're too drunk to really know what's going on. It's like some kind of bar, same as the one in the castle. Oh, please don't kill me. I'm not with them.
We know that. You work at the villa, right?
We come to help at the request of Her Majesty the Queen.
What?
Really? You're honestly here to save us?
Yes, so would you calm down already?
Phew, IDS be praised.
I thought I was done for when my reporter friend was taken away. Oh, so Niall is definitely here. I hope he's alright.
Reporter friend? You must mean Niall.
You know him?
This still explained that Niall had gone missing and was still unaccounted for.
Ah, yes, I'm the one who contacted him. He came to get an interview with the princess who's being...
Of course he did. So this is his hookup here, okay.
His passion for his work is hard to argue with, so I wound up sneaking him in and showing him the way.
But he was spotted and taken prisoner.
Yes, and much to my shame, it was only then that I realized the severity of the situation. I heard that Her Highness was being kept here to protect her from any potential terrorist assault. But the truth is that she's being held prisoner by the Intelligence Division. I was so glad that she was coming that it simply had never occurred to me. I'm truly unfit for my position.
Come on, you don't need to be so depressed. Would you happen to have any idea where the prisoners are being held?
Yes, they've all been gathered in the Crest Room, which is the innermost chamber. Large banquet hall used for events like formal signings or treaties.
A big hall inside, maybe over there?
Yes, the room behind the big locked door.
Ah, so it's locked then. The key is normally in the possession of the Intelligence Division Company Commander. I believe he left when the terrorists showed up.
Huh. Which means that it was taken by by the ones who ambushed Lieutenant Schwartz and her men. Oh, that sucks. Not good. There's no time to go back.
Just a moment. There's a spare key to that door. It's here somewhere. Memory serves, I believe it's hidden somewhere in the gallery.
Roger that. Gallery. Let's hurry. I don't think we've been in the gallery, so... Alright, more enemies. That's fine. Oh, we're not gonna hit that. Fuck. I don't think there's any killing them, though. Oh, so close. Alright, we definitely need to finish him. Ah! Fucker! Shit hurts! Maybe a Latira? Prap, prap. Die.
That's
Okay.
that then. Let's move out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Alright, gallery. Are you the gallery? Nope. Let's fight some more. Why not? We'll just fight everyone in here at some point. Let's just try to get lucky.
I'm up all night to get lucky.
You fucking missed. Bruh. You missed too! And he's delayed. Insta-kill. Nope. Alright, we need to save. Die. Die. Die! Now kill the other one. 600? Yeah, Estelle has, or not Estelle, Joshua has literally no defense. I should not have put all those items on him, I guess. Alright, there we go.
We earned it.
Hell yeah, Zen. And that level up? Fuck yeah. I'm gonna clap some bitches now. Damn, Joshua, you still aren't fucking healing? Gallery. You're not a gallery. Oh, so it's one of the rooms that we've already been to. Shit. This is a royal library. Fuck, and more people to fight? I don't think any of these were a gallery. What the hell? Oh, damn. I don't know why Estelle is the tankiest bitch ever, but hey. Stop hitting him. Die.
Alright, good to go.
I should start taking those gunners out first. They're pretty squishy. Alright, so it wasn't there. Are you a gallery? I think so. God, we're literally gonna fight it. Everything. Are you a gallery? There is no fucking gallery in this place. What the hell? Oh, here's a gallery. There are rows of art catalogs on the shelf. There appears to be nothing special about them. There's an imperial-style vase here. Appears to be nothing special about it. Okay. There's an Eastern-style vase here. There appears to be nothing special about it. There's a red plate. There appears to be nothing special about it. Large scarlet vase here. The stone company found something attached to its underside. The key! This is it! Now we should be able to open that inner door. Alright, assholes. Let's tango. Wrong thing. It's alright. We might need to give Estelle a little more EP real quick. Damn, we should have bought some of these. Oh. Alright. Before we enter this door, gotta pee. So BRB. Alright. Let's go. Save us some hostages. Hell yeah. Alright. I really thought we were gonna get a fourth party member though. Kinda surprised. Oh shit, these guys got like halberds or something. Who are you? Why do you look so familiar? Hey, you guys won the martial arts competition. That means you're with the Bracer Guild. That's right. I don't suppose we could persuade you to just forget you saw us. Shut it. We're defenders of an impregnable fortress. You want past us? You have to go through us. No problem, buddy. We will go straight through. Ooh, they're a little tanky. A little tanky. Ah, you can't hit them both? Fuck, we'll wait then. Do a little clock up? Or just... we'll just smite. Oh, he's confused? Hell yeah. Have her... Oh my! God damn, that hurts. What the fuck? I'm trying to think what the... I really need him to not be fucked up. Okay. Yeah, these guys hurt. Damn, that didn't do nearly enough. Alright. Thank God that got him. Alright, that guy's confused as fuck. Or they just need to move Estelle closer? And can just buff himself? Oh no. I didn't know he could attack us when he was still confused. We'll just melee him. Alright. Heal us all, Estelle. Perfect. Now fuck him up. God damn, it hurts so bad. Ooh. Alright. Ooh, hitting for 420. Nice.
Alright, we're good to go.
Hell yeah. Did we get the level up? Nope. We needed 140. Well, I got 80. Alright. Let's see who we got here. Niall! You! Yo, we're here to save your bacon. Hello, Niall. You don't look in too bad a shape. Are you serious?
Estelle, Joshua. Never thought I'd see you here.
Huh?
Oh. Yeah, you're the princess. It's a pleasure to meet you. We're with the Bracer Guild. I think it's a little late for introductions, so we meet again as promised. Chloe! Estelle, I sincerely hope you're joking. You ought to have recognized me sooner. But not with the dress and the hair and the things. What happened?
Pardon us, Chloe. Estelle doesn't know how to doubt people.
Hey, what the hell is that supposed to mean? There's the Estelle I know. And Joshua, you still use that name for me?
You'll still use that name? Yes, since it seems to be the one you'd prefer. Would you rather I use your real name?
No, but thank you. I'm glad to hear it.
Okay, what are you doing here, Chloe? And for that matter, why isn't the princess here? God, Estelle, you're so dumb! Ugh, she's right in front of you. That's the queen's granddaughter, Princess Claudia.
Bah? Ah! I'm sorry that I couldn't tell you. I had planned to tell both of you the truth when we next met in Grancel, but then Colonel Richard had me detained.
But why? Why would the princess be hiding in an ordinary school? And why did you have us call you Chloe?
I'd like for you to keep calling me that. My real name is Claudia von Ostlers. Chloe is a pet name that Jill came up with using bits from my whole name.
Really? Then what about your hair?
Oh, this is just a wig. If I had the same hairdo as when I was on campus, it would probably just create trouble.
I can't believe I missed the connection myself. I've seen your picture often enough, and I remember you from the Mayor's scandal in Rouen, but I never put you two and two together.
I'm sorry. It doesn't seem that Uncle Duna or Mayor Dalmor recognize me either.
Oh, and the Duke's even related to you. Oh, I forgot something important. Estelle explained the whole story, including how they had come to rescue Chloe and the Queen at the Queen's behest.
I see. To all three of you, I extend my deepest gratitude for coming to rescue me.
Oh, it was nothing. Heck, if we'd known that it was you or Chloe in here, no one would have had to ask us.
Estelle?
No doubt. You should save her your thanks for Her Majesty, as she's the one who deserves them. She had no concern for herself, just that we should save you. I think your safety will give her the strength to resist the Colonel's demands, though doing so may endanger her life.
Yes, that is her way. If something is not done, then she is in grave danger.
I think I've seen enough of this little farce.
Princess! Rianne! What the? She's General Morgan's granddaughter. He's imprisoned at the Haken Gate. I'd say they're taking her to keep him from causing any trouble.
Just as they did with you and Her Majesty. This isn't just some idle threat. Every man in the Special Ops has a dream, and we will stop at nothing to achieve it.
And that's something you're proud of? I'll make you a deal, Sergeant. Please take me as your hostage rather than the child.
Ha! Not a chance. I know I said we'll stop at nothing, but even if we don't have the nerve to harm a member of... But even we don't have the nerve to harm a member of the royal family. General Morgan's grandkid, on the other hand, suits our needs just fine. She's a valuable hostage, and it's not going to cause any real problems if she was to end up getting hurt.
You're a monster.
I'd have said coward myself. Pathetic, disgusting, sick. Pick an adjective. You can talk all you want. It's almost time for the patrols to return from the Royal Avenue. Then we can round up the guardsmen and bracers. Not bad for one night's work.
I'm afraid that won't be happening. We already took your buddies out on our way over.
Shara! What? What? How the hell? Out of nowhere? Yo. Let's go. What?
Sniffle. There, it's alright. Hi, you two, long time no see.
Shara?
You came.
Damn it all, who the hell do you think you are?
Some people just have no manners.
Ooh.
Think of that as my special gift.
Tell me that's Olivier.
That's just cruel.
Hey, who fired that shot? Olivier, I'd guess. Bingo! Let's go! This is a great...
And the star makes his dramatic entrance. Please hold your applause until after the performance has ended.
Let's go, baby! Huh! And the drama turns into a comedy. Nice seeing you again, Scheherazade. It's been a long time.
Indeed, it has. I never thought I'd find you in Libero, but I was honestly quite relieved when I heard that you'd fallen in with Estelle and Joshua.
Huh. Well, I think you're overestimating my capabilities like usual. As for you, you've only become more beautiful. I barely even recognized you.
Oh, really? I'm suddenly brimming over with something akin to jealousy. Am I merely a toy to be used when convenient and cast aside when boredom sets in? Hey, Olivier, Ina's been wanting to see you. She's hoping to go out for drinks again.
Forgive me, I have committed a grave offense.
I swear, none of you ever change.
Glad to see you, Shara. But I thought the Royal Army had the checkpoints completely sealed off.
Yes, but we crossed Valeria Lake by boat and docked at Grand Sail Harbor.
That's one way around a problem. But how did you wind up falling in with the failed traveling musician?
We ran into each other at the local guild branch. He was like a lost puppy, so I didn't have much choice other than to bring him along.
I simply couldn't allow such an amusing and interesting show to go on without me. And may I ask who this fair lady is?
Oh right, introductions. This is the Queen's granddaughter, Her Highness Princess Claudia. She's a friend of ours. It's a pleasure to meet you both. Thank you very much for coming to help me. Think nothing of it. I'm simply doing my duty as a bracer.
And I could scarcely consider myself a gentleman if I did not leap to the aid of a lovely lady of noble birth.
The honor and pleasure at this meeting is entirely my own.
Your Highness, are you well?
Julia, Schwartzy,
Siege, Scree.
Scree. I'm good. I'm happy to see you again. Thank goodness you're unharmed. I was so worried. The feeling is mutual.
Before long, the bracers involved in the diversion and the Royal Guardsmen joined forces. After seeing to it that the rescued hostages could get some rest, Estelle and company gathered to assess their current situation. Okay. So now we just have the colonel to deal with. And finally put a stop to this coup. 1 second. Alright, 1 second, I need to tab out real quick. And there we go. And we're back in a second, maybe? There it is. And there it went. There we go.
Words cannot express my shame. If not for my ineptitude, none of this would have come to pass. I am so ashamed I could take my own life, or it's something to be permitted. Please do not say such things. I'm just happy to see you alive and unharmed. Thank you for coming to save me, Your Highness.
Not that I'm not moved by all this, but I have to ask, why is Sieg still here? It's great.
He is Her Highness's escort as well as a messenger for the Royal Guardsman. After all, did he not deliver the letter to your hotel?
Oh, that night! I thought it might have been him. Well, I did not put 2 and 2 together, okay.
That must also be how you learned of Her Majesty's request. Yes, I heard of it from Sieg. Her Majesty sent word through him from the royal keep. But the crest room in which Princess Claudia was held had no windows for Sieg to use. I was very worried when I was unable to make contact.
Ooh. My eyes are hurting today. You just about gave me a heart attack, though, when you sent that message to us. Sieg, that was just plain mean of you to leave that letter and not let us know it was you.
He says sorry.
It's okay. By the way, have all the special ops troops been dealt with?
Almost all the soldiers in the villa have been restrained. However, there are quite a few left in Grancel Castle. Much of the Royal Army is under Intelligence Division control, even outside of Grancel. If we're not careful, we run the risk of them seizing control of this building and branding us all rebels.
Whoa, I hadn't even thought about that. That's a good point. I think it would be best if we were to get Chloe to a safer location at the very least.
Perhaps we could seek asylum at the Erebonian or Republic embassies. Since they're considered foreign territory, it would make it very difficult for them to lay a hand on her.
There's also the special ops ship that we seized nearby. We could use that to allow her to flee the country for the time being. It wouldn't solve the whole problem, but it would allow us some time to find a better solution at the very least.
I agree. Regardless, we need to find some way to get her to safety. Everyone. I understand the difficulties of the current situation, but would it be possible to make an official request of the bracers?
What? The hostages have been rescued, so I think it'll be alright. Of course, it depends on what the contents of the request are.
If so, I must ask you to do the impossible. Will you help me in retaking the royal castle and rescuing Her Majesty?
Your Highness?
Excuse me? I see, that's right. This time we have to help the Queen.
To be honest, I consider the question to be ridiculous because the answer is obvious. But Your Highness, this is no small thing you're asking for.
Quite right. There's no chance that a frontal assault would work, even with the capabilities of everyone here.
I think that the captured special ops ship has potential, but we're going to need some kind of seriously clever trick.
I have an idea. If everyone will please look at this.
Prince Claudia produced a very old-looking map. Oh boy! This is gonna suck! It's gonna suck real bad.
Okay. What's this a map of? It's an ancient diagram of the sewers below Grancel. One of the things it lays out is the path that leads to the castle cellar.
Oh. Alright, we have Amalthea, Capitan, with Lieutenant Lawrence.
What's the meaning of this? How can we have lost contact with the Arab Royal Villa?
Most likely it's fallen into an external force, either guardsmen or the bracers.
Those interfering little... Were you not in command of that division's second lieutenant?
were you not in command of that division, Second Lieutenant?
It is a pity, but what's done is done. Obsessing about it now will accomplish nothing.
Furthermore, we must strengthen the castle's defenses to ensure that Her Majesty is not taken.
I don't need you to tell me that. I want the castle gate sealed. Not a soul is to enter from here on out. The only attacks I should need to worry about are the ones that come from the sky.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Once that's done, scrape up troops from wherever you can find them anywhere in Liberl and send them to the villa. Priority 1 is to subjugate the terrorist who deceived the royal family.
Yes, ma'am. Nicely done.
Of course it was. I've served with this unit for some time, unlike you. I swear I will protect this castle while His Excellency is absent, no matter the cost.
Is she referring to the Colonel as His Excellency? Or actually Duke Duna? It's gotta be the Colonel. Actually, no, they were both gone. I think. Man, I really can't remember. No, that was the Colonel and Lawrence that we saw in that, like, weird area, but Lawrence was already back, so... I don't know. Okay, here's now we're going to do the free... We're going to... I'm sorry, words are hard. Let me retry that. Okay, here's how we're going to free Grancel Castle and the Queen. First, Joshua and the 2 others will infiltrate the Grancel sewers. You'll proceed to the Royal Guard Room and open the castle gate. Got it. Time to light a few fireworks.
Well, it does seem appropriate for the beginning of the final act.
As soon as the gates are open, the guardsmen and 4 of the bracers will make their way to the castle by the way of the streets. We need to make a real spectacle to draw all of the guards together in one place.
You're in good hands.
Alright, I've been looking forward to this.
And finally, Your Highness, are you certain I cannot get you to reconsider? I'm sorry, but I must be there to help my grandmother. Also, I know how to pilot an airship. I hope to be able to put that skill to good use. If I'd known this would happen, I would have taught you.
It's okay, Lieutenant. We'll look after Chloe for you.
I swear she will be kept safe, for my nickname isn't the Silver Streak.
I understand. Please do what you can. Once the men inside the castle have been concentrated into one area, Estelle and her team will set down in the garden terrace. Then they will break into the Queen's room and rescue her. Roger.
Both operations will begin at the stroke of the noon bell. Everyone is to remain on alert until then.
Alright, you have your task. Get to them. Dismissed. Yes, ma'am. Huh. So I have to gear up 6 people? Is this real? That's gonna be rough.
Joshua, please be careful. Don't go taking any unnecessary risk.
I'll be fine, and you try to be on your best behavior. Don't overestimate your own strength, and make sure you watch Cher's back.
I understand.
Whatever happens, remember our promise. We see each other again safe and sound in Grancel Castle. Count on it.
Joshua, there's no telling what kinds of creatures inhabit the sewers. Please take the utmost care.
Haven't we been in the sewers like a ton? I know, and I will.
And don't worry about Estelle. You've grown so much during this trip of yours. Not just in your skills and bracer qualifications, but in your hearts. Or so it seems to me.
Shira? Huh? What does that mean?
It's nothing. Save it for later.
Even in times of crisis, you can always count on these 2 brats. Quite so. Now, I think we're heading out.
May we meet again, my lovelies.
Ideos be with you.
Joshua. Hey, Princess, do you ever wonder if those 2 have some kind of destiny in store for them? Yes, the thought has crossed my mind. They always have a smile for each other. I have to admit, I'm even the tiniest bit envious.
Looks like the regular soldiers have been replaced with special ops guys. The enemy's probably gotten quite desperate since we liberated the villa. Security seems a lot tighter than normal.
Perhaps I can loosen them up with the dulcet tones of my lute.
You do anything conspicuous and the guy's on you faster than you can say off-key. Mueller, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. You two should must rather not go near the Erebonian embassy. It could be quite dangerous, yes, quite perilous indeed.
Well, neither of us has time to drop by there. Once preparations are complete, we have to get inside the sewers. Okay. Well, preparations must be completed then. Everybody's slots are open, right? I think the only person who's might not be are Sherazard's. I think we're all pretty stacked. I mean, Olivier's got our heals, luckily. We should. Damn, I wish I could get Action 3 on him, though. I guess this team's okay. At least they put Olivier at level 32. That's good. He should be geared from when I originally farmed with him, so yeah, we're fine. This one. Oh, don't want to go there. I'll make sure there's no quest here. Heard about Princess Clyde's request. What about us? Even if the Royal Army were to get in, I'll have no trouble pleading ignorance. Can you say? Alright. I think this is actually going to be a good place to stop for me for tonight. I want it to go long, but my voice is kind of hurting a little bit. And I think we have a decent amount left, and I don't want to be up all night. So I'll hold off the rest till tomorrow.